And we're live.
Hey everybody, good to see
Hello.
everybody. Oh, it's Friday.
It's
Thank you, God, it's
Friday.
Friday. It's
Hi,
Friday.
Elizabeth.
It's
Truth
it's
Mother
been an
show enough. Everybody.
it's been an interesting week. Oh my God, I love it. Holy cannolis.
Welcome all. Welcome all.
Elizabeth, so good to see you, sweetie. Hey, showing up, good to see you, honey. Truth, good to see you.
hmm We got
Yeah,
this. We got the people.
it's the peoples. We got the peoples.
I hope we got the peoples.
Yeah, we do. We got the peoples.
Everybody get over here.
That's right. Damn it. Pull up a chair, grab your snacks. It's Friday.
It's Friday. Well. I just thought I would fire up the lives because, somebody is in her feelings or his feelings.
Really in her feelings. Damn.
And that feels people.
Can we say spurging? Can we say spurging? Oh my Lord, help us.
Even took the scooter out for a stretch.
Oh,
Hey,
there
V.
you go. Hey V, I missed parts of it, so
Oh,
because
I
I
was
was
out
party
all
to the
afternoon.
party.
I was out all afternoon because life, you know, bills to pay.
Well, yeah, I mean, I went to the store and I was doing some other stuff, and I hubby was not happy with me because I had to do estimates and I forgot to do them. I'm like, oh shit, oops. So I was doing tapping those out this morning. Oh shit. And
And
then of course it's bill time and I spaced transferring money too. I'm like, Jesus.
oh my good. So listen, I just for the peanut gallery, you know you are. I get to talk about stuff. I get to be on the internet. I get to be on YouTube, and I get to defend myself.
That's right. Hey Bams, good to see you, sweetheart.
Hey, Alec,
Hey Alec, I'm sorry I didn't see you there.
you
You,
popped in.
I was blinded by Bam's beauty because boy she is eh, and I see why they
Wow.
say that because Neeners, she's so jealous. I know
Yeah.
she is.
Well,
She's
listen,
jealous.
neener. Let me put it this way. You lied. You lied. You committed fraud under oath.
Uh-huh.
Render
Uh-huh.
anything that you put in front of the court is null and void. It is
Yep.
meaningless. And I'm going to have to say this over and over because she seems to have comprehension problems. That EPO or whatever it's called is meaningless here. It's
And
unenforceable. The police officer that handed it to me told me the Edmonton police will not enforce this.
thank you. Duh.
And what else can I say? It's not worth the paper it's written on. It's toilet paper for all. Like Miss Virginia did with hers, I will be doing in spirit with that. What else did I want to say?
Bam's had a question. I'm sure
Oh,
you could always ask a question, darling.
oh yes. Question away. Um, Also, I consulted a U.S. Lawyer,
Yep.
and I was told, "Don't show up."
That's right.
The police officer that handed me filing also said you don't have to show up. So guess what? I didn't show up.
That's right.
There was a 50-50 chance that the lawyer would just have or the judge would have dismissed it.
Right.
I took my chances. It
Yep.
wasn't. But that's okay. I have 20 days to respond.
That's right.
I
Hey,
have
Kettle.
lots of things to attach to my letter of dismissal.
Uh-huh.
Lots of things, including your fraud.
Exactly. Because that's exactly what it is. It's fraud.
Okay, let me concentrate on Miss Bams here. Okay, so if you have a restraining order on someone, if you start playing their content and harassing them, doesn't that violate the restraining order? Well, I'm not harassing
Absolutely.
anybody.
No, no,
But
no. I think she's talking about someone else.
oh, okay.
And yes, that she's absolutely right, because that's what all Neener has been doing for days now. The last 2 days, she's been spurting out about everything. And all she did today was confirm everything for
Yep.
everybody. And she is fucked. She is. She's fucked. So I'm hoping that's what you meant, as far as the question, Bams, was, yeah, she is, now, because we're talking on Glory's now, because hers is not valid. So it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
So we can talk on hers all we want. Anybody else's? Not, probably not. And we wouldn't, hurt their
It will be
cases or
there.
anything. Yeah. But for yes, that is a definite yes, that if she has all these restraining orders in place, then yeah, she's not supposed to be saying nothing.
Yeah, she, if she is by her understanding, she thinks she's muzzled me. That also turn around. She can't speak about me either,
That's right. But
and
she has.
but she has
Oh yeah.
continually since it's happened.
Yeah.
There was a reason I was quiet for as long as I was.
Mm-hmm.
It's just anyway.
And right. And
So I
and,
put
and
her out of her misery and address it that
yeah,
she is
stupid.
showing her ass. Thank you.
Exactly.
I even had a kindly Kiwi farmer DM me on Twitter and let me know she's got all the videos also, and she's offered
Yay.
help. She's offered
Um,
help or
and
his
that's
help. I don't
awesome.
know for sure. So yeah.
Yep, that's awesome.
See, the thing is, and to go back, if I have to, you know, there are people here that would help me with a GoFundMe to pay legal fees.
Oh, you bet.
You know, and I want you to look in the mirror now, Neener, and ask you the same question. Do you have support? Do you have somebody? And by the way, I never threatened anything about you and your disability.
No, no,
Are you getting nervous that somebody might have, you know, gonna do that little phone call? Ain't gonna be by me.
nope, me either. We don't do real stuff. Not, it's not worth it. It's stupid. It's pointless.
It is
Because
pointless, but I
YouTube's
have to
not going to
say
do
that
anything.
if we do and succeed, I wouldn't be mad at it, but
No,
it won't be by my hand.
nope, me either. No, we'll sit back and point and laugh though.
Oh yeah, oh absolutely,
Because well,
popcorn,
because she
snacks, cake,
she thinks
everything.
she thinks that because her back is bad, it's not easy to get disability. It's not. you
Yes.
you get what they actually do. And I'll give you a little heads up here, Neener. You have to go through a lawyer, so you're familiar with that, right? And you need to retake some of those law classes, hon, because you suck. But anyways, um you have to get in with a lawyer to get your disability. You're going to get denied a couple times. They want you to.
Hmm.
Then they go back in and do that. But a bad back, just girl, please. I've had degenerative disc disease since I was 20. Okay. So don't even go there with me. I worked during the whole thing. I have stenosis and spondylosis. So, and bulging discs. Don't even cry to me. You're fat. That's your problem. You're fat. You have not gotten a breast reduction, which is what you need to do to save your back. And they will reevaluate disability, even if she got approved by some crazy, because I'm sorry, the state's fucked up. But even if she did get approved, they're going to constantly reevaluate that.
Mm-hmm.
And so if anybody shows any of her online activity,
Okay, Miss Ann.
yank, yank.
Yep.
It's going to be
Yeah.
gone, baby, gone, because they will even try to trick you. They will hire investigators, follow you around, and if they catch you doing anything, they'll yank that disability right out from under you and left you standing there going, and plus, you don't get much. So, because you don't have a work history. And yes, ma'am, you do have a criminal record. So stop with that. Your little check kiting scheme didn't work too well. So yeah, you got in the trouble box for that. So don't go there, please.
Do you know why, Alec, that she's saying that? Is because UP was, how do I say it? She got lots and lots of cash apps.
Hmm. Yep. Yeah,
So
because
that's why, yeah.
she's well liked and loved in the community. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
you know and people are going to stand there and support her. She tried to say, well, you and Glory aren't even in this community. No, hon, you drug us in.
Yeah.
And we're quite grateful for it, actually, because that's how we felt with crazy, crazy Texan twat. That's the only thing that we were happy about, is she brought a lot of us together and we got to meet some awesome people. And up in that community is one of them. So if it weren't for crazy nutball, we probably would never have met. And so I'm glad, I'm blessed. These are awesome people, and I'm awesome to know them. So yes, we are going to stand together, because if you're going to fuck with us, we're going to fuck with you back. And
Mm-hmm.
we stand for, I'm sorry, we stand for the good guy. So piss me off with that.
Thank you
Thank
for
you,
being
Kate Winslet.
so helpful, Kate
So
Winslet.
informative.
Yeah,
Kate's always awesome, isn't she? She's just
absolutely.
so informative with the FYI and the 911 girl. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes.
Just, fraud and all. So, Nina is, accusing us of all being triggered while she's what? How many live streams has she fired up?
I don't know. And um,
Okay, honey. Hey, Luna.
hey Luna. Hey, Red would win.
Yeah,
Red
Red
would
would
win.
win.
Red would win. I love it.
Oh
So
God.
yeah, so I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous. She thinks that, she knows everything, and she better be careful, because now, the big players are coming. The big players are coming out, and it's not going to end well for her.
No.
So, she even said something about dismissing something today. I caught part of that, and I'm like, it's a little too late for that, sweetie. So, and motions. Again, hun, go back to the law library and hang out some more, because motions are just, it's a motion. It's I'm trying to even think of it, how to put it. Um, Motions are open to just that. If you're going to create a motion, it is to bring in extra evidence, to bring in extra speakers, and it is a motion to whether it's going to be allowed or not. So no. And so I love how she's, you could all go say I'm scared, but if she wants to dismiss it at this point, you want to talk about sus? Oh my goodness. And
Hmm.
they'll look back later and go, mm-hmm. And so I think that some of the next shit, some of this stuff has to be done, is the frivolous lawsuits. Because somebody even, spoke up and said, Minnesota was going to get a little spank here, because they should be knowing better to allow somebody to do this.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. I think Minnesota needs to they look in the mirror themselves and see how they're just handing out these things without doing. You know what it reminds me of? If YouTube copyright striking. without even looking. They just get rid of the video.
Exactly. I mean, it's just so funny too because oh, well, they're not going to hear all this internet bullshit. That's not what they're going to hear. You're right. They don't want to hear YouTube bullshit, but they want
Mhm.
to hear the stuff that you actually did. You did real life, and we do. Everybody has it all. I can go back. I got a new phone. My new phone is, I'm so happy. It's got 128 gig memory. And I'm like, yes. And then I still have my little card that goes in there. So yeah, I do. I've got my 6,000 screenshots here. And boy, guess what? A big old chunk of them, I'm sure, are yours. So there's that too. So yeah, we have your little terrible time all documented with the T's crossed and the I's dotted.
But yeah, see, I hate using this, but karma's coming to visit and they're pulling up a chair and having a sit down with you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. 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 I know. I agree with truth. I had, and I'm sadly no stranger to foot surgeries. And, they had my ass in that damn boot. I messed up an Achilles tendon, and man, that was 9 weeks in that damn boot. And they're like, oh, get a knee cart. And I'm like, I tried that. I'm like, no. And I looked at the cart at the grocery store and I went, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just do the boot. I'm not even going to try. So, I got around just fine with my little boot. Like I said, she thinks that she's got this big disability because she's got a bad back. Honey, half of America has a bad back. Get over it.
I do too.
Yeah. I mean, good Lord, if I counted every ache and pain, I'd be here all day. And fuck that shit. No. You take some Advil and be happy. That's how that works. Stop it.
Miss Bams.
No, I love her. I love Bamps. You're awesome, girl. Oh man. Yeah, I'm with you, honey. I'm
Yeah.
with you. And we're very supportive. Virginia's a sweetheart. She has been through hell lately with the baby and everything. Oh my God. We were all just, constantly. I mean, my husband laughs at me every night. He goes, if he interrupts my prayers, I have to start over. Like, don't do
Mhm.
that. I have to start over now. You messed it up. And so he would just giggle. He goes, God doesn't know half of these people. And I said, honey, God knows all these people. So don't even go there, because I'd be like praying for Miss Virginia's baby and saying just all kinds of prayers. And yeah, even crazy twat, I prayed for her a couple times. So, Lord, somebody stuff a sock in her mouth, please, God, you know. So yeah, I mean, I even pray for the baddies here, I'm an equal opportunity prayer. So, but it's just like, stop it. You're embarrassing yourself. Why is it that all these Looney Tunes want to freak out and get in their fee-fees? Because the only thing, let's just flash back just a tiny, tiny bit here, okay? We've known what this nutball's been doing to all these communities for a long time. But, I love it. 6 years. Bitch, we haven't even known you 6 years. Stop it. Stop it. Not even close. I mean, I would have walked off a bridge by now if I'd known you for 6 years. No, it hasn't been that at all. So
No,
stop that. Stop that.
two,
And the
2 years.
only reason,
Yeah.
exactly, and that's even not a good thing. We kind of knew of her for 2 years, but only had direct involvement for a little over that. I mean, stop. Just make
No,
a year or so.
yeah.
So, but
I
the
didn't
only
realize you were.
reason,
I don't know. I mean, listening to why she turned on Virginia, yeah, like I'm going, what is wrong with you?
I
The
know.
woman was driving home. She lives in North Carolina. They don't deal with snow and blizzards very well.
No, they don't. Bless their hearts. They grow peaches. That's what they're good at.
That okay then. So she, so she was not going to go on a live while she's driving in the dark,
Oh my
in a
God,
blizzard.
no. Are you kidding?
You know,
On a good day, I can't do that. That's my own. I'm such an old fart too. I'm 60 some years old. And my eye doctor just looks at me and goes, "You are just an anomaly." I'm like, "Really?" And she goes, "Yeah, for somebody your age, your eyesight's wonderful." She goes, "You have trouble seeing at night." And I said, "Only because of those damn headlights." Yeah. And if it's raining. So she goes, "Well, I would get you a little glass prescription if you needed to drive a lot at night." I'm like, "Hell no, I don't. I roll up with the streets. Stop it." You know? So no, I don't even need to do that for glasses.
Mhm.
So, I don't know. The only reason that any of this even happened to Glory is because we were talking about
Yep.
someone else, because these two crazy bitches collabed for a while. And you must admit, it was a nightmare, but some of it was fucking hilarious, because it was so outrageously stupid, you
It
know?
really was. It really was.
It was so outrageously stupid. And, I love that she wants to, throw back to, well, you forgave that one asshole, and it's her ex is who she's talking about. And I saw him in here. Hey, Jay, you know, yeah, because Jay was a man and owned up to what happened, and he knew it was wrong. And he reached out to a lot of us later and said, "You know what? I was an asshole. I am so sorry." And he proved that he wasn't just, sorry saying a sorry ass word. He meant what he said. And so, yes, if you're going to be like that, I will definitely give you another chance. And we've come to find that Jay's a pretty cool guy. He's okay. No, he's got to be. He had to deal with that Texas twat for a period of time. Dear God, he should
Mhm.
he should already have sainthood. I'm sorry, you know.
And
So
he
yeah,
acknowledges what he said was disgusting.
yes,
And he also said he didn't know what was going on half the time with those two.
I
He
know
was
because
just there because they pulled him in.
right, exactly, exactly. Oh, Bam's. Yeah, she says she's in Florida. We deal with, yeah, honey. As soon as the weather changes, it's hurricane season. Everybody stocks up. So definitely, and,
The
and
bread and
hurricanes
milk.
are a different duck. And poor Florida, they don't normally get tornadoes either. I mean, the big thing, and it's so cool if you've never seen one, is a water spout. That's a tornado out over the ocean.
Hmm.
And it's really cool. I mean, they don't normally come up to and actually run across land. It's happened. It's rare, but it doesn't happen that often. But if they do, if they've sucked anything up off the ocean, they'll just, they'll like spit fish onto the pavement and stuff. It's a trip. I mean, it's like, whoa. So anybody else, the tornadoes, I'm used to tornadoes and stuff. That doesn't, it's like, oh, okay. But my dad used to have us riding around in the car in the hurricanes and stuff. And it's like, Dad, do you really think we should be out here in the middle of a hurricane like this? Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. Okay. But no, I mean, I absolutely love Florida. I mean, Florida is, I'm like right now, it's over 70 degrees where I'm at right now, and I'm wearing long sleeves. I'm a true Floridian at heart. If it's 70 degrees or less, I'm freezing my ass off. You know, I see people, people up here running around at 60 degrees and it's shorts. I'm like, oh, hell no. In Florida, if it's 65 degrees in Florida, we got fur coats on and shit. Hell no. You see, people with tourists is cute too, because my sister calls them Q-tips because she said they have white tennis shoes and white hair. So I just laugh whenever I say I see that. I'm like, oh my God, how rude. But it is true. And tourists are so obnoxious too. Stop it. Just stop it. People, don't be obnoxious. But I do. I absolutely adore Florida. I mean, it's my heart. I might
Wow.
one of these days we'll retire. Girl, I'm telling you, you need it's hot when you just go walk out to get the mail and you got to change shirts. It's like I love how they say out west it's dry. It's a dry heat. When Florida, it's not a dry heat. It's a wet heat. So it doesn't
Somebody
matter. You're
somebody
gonna
once
die either way.
described somebody once described Florida's humidity as walking around with a wet wool blanket wrapped
Oh,
around you. And I went, no thanks.
I know. And you can't breathe. I mean, sometimes it's just like the water is just saturated in the air. You can feel like you could cut it.
Oof,
And
no
a lot of
cold
people
weather people, thanks, but no things.
Right. And I don't and see, but I've gotten used to snow too, so I don't mind snow either. And I am one of those. People just look at me and go, "She's one of them." Yes,
I
I am. I am one of
like
them.
snow too. I
Yes, because
live 9 months of the year with the
you
stuff.
do. Yeah, you have to. You have to. And but yes, I mean, I love the snow. There's nothing like taking the car out and doing donuts in the parking lots and shit. There's
Mhm.
nothing like it. It's awesome. So, and nothing like snowmen and watching people bust their ass and laugh. I just, it's cool. Every time I would fall, bust my ass, the first thing I would do, start laughing and look around, hope nobody saw that. you know, but, but yeah, so I'm used to the snow too. I'm very lucky. And let me just say this for the dum dum over in the South over there, honey. I have never said that I was in the military.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was married to someone decades ago who was. So please, if you're gonna put your shit out there, which I know you can't, I know it's too hard for you. You can't tell the truth as it is, but stop making shit up. If you don't remember, ask me. I'll tell you. I was married to a military man. I never was in the military. So step off, bitch. You annoy me. Go away. I mean, so you're just irritating to me.
I know.
So, and you can have the rejects just because nobody else wants to talk about in my will. You can have Harry and Kim all to yourself. Because that bitch has got to be the dumbest bitch on the planet. Sorry, but I said it. I mean, stop it. How annoying to me. So I ain't going there. Okay, back to the subject. I'm sorry.
We know, Jay. We know you were set up.
Oh,
That
I
there
know,
is
Jay. That's why I'm saying.
absolutely no doubt in our minds that you were.
And Jay got to rat you out just a little bit, honey, because some of this was hilarious. They'd be over there just a ranting. God love you. I don't know how you did this, but they'd just be over there ranting, and you'd hear Jay. He'd just be snoring. Every now and then they'd go, Jay. And he'd like, what? Yeah, I'm here. I'm awake. I'm awake. So yeah, you even bored Jay to tears. So stop.
Jay,
I
do you
mean,
want to come up and sort of let people know what really happened? You're welcome to.
oh, absolutely.
I
You're
won't
welcome to.
insist, but I'll
Oh,
send you the link if you like.
I love it. Oh, Bams is and Jax. Sweetie. One of my besties has been in Jax for, oh, sweet Jesus, 1981. Hubby was in the Navy. So yes, my dear sweet is in Jax as we speak. Yes. That has a soft spot in my heart always.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Oh,
Cool.
I know they don't, Jay. They don't. Stop it. Yes. And that might actually be my fault that it snowed there once in Jacksonville. Because my family has nicknamed me the Snow Queen. So I just
Oh,
ratted
yeah.
out one of my alts, I think. Oh well. Um, but yes, because I I just loved it right away. I love snow. Even when I was a little kid, I love snow. I love snow. And I would get upset if we didn't have snow. And so they'd send me up to see grandma and grandpa. When grandma and grandpa are up here, I'd come up here. I was like, oh, okay. And when grandpa and grandpa are down there, I'd go down there. So it just I've always loved it. And we were way up north one time, and I sat and I was saying my prayers, and Daddy thought I was just the sweetest little thing. I wished for 22 inches of snow. And they woke up the next day and there was 22 inches of snow exactly on the ground. And they just looked at me side eyed, like, whoa, she has the power. And
Whereas
ever since then, everybody's teased me about it. And I'm just like, I get my rain stick out and go, I want snow. So it is what it is. But it's
I
silly.
know, and as somebody that was born and bred in this environment, and uh, new immigrants come, especially from hot weather, Middle Eastern, African countries, and they're wearing winter coats in July. I'm going, oh, you have no idea what's coming your way.
Oh, well,
Oh
Yep.
my goodness, I feel so bad for them. I'm going, "Oh." And I used to work in, when I first moved back to the city, I grabbed the first job that was offered, and it was at a thrift store. And, this poor fella walked in, and it was September, I think just moving into October, so it was pretty blustery. Um, and he came up to me with this, leather jacket, one of those ones that just come to the waist, zippered. There's a name for it, I can't remember. And it was, and he said, "Is this a good winter coat?" I just looked at him and I said, "Oh, no, 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 no."
If you
I
want to
took him
freeze
over
to
to the
death,
winter
yes, it's a
section.
great winter coat.
I said, "No, no, no, you'll die if you wear that in the middle of winter." So I kitted him all out with like a proper winter coat, boots, gloves. I'm going, "Didn't anybody tell this young man that this was going to be a thing for the rest of his life
Right.
there?"
Right. Yeah. Because yeah, most people think cold is, yeah, it's 30 degrees, it's 20
Yeah.
degrees. That's cold.
No.
In Canada, it's 20 below zero. There you go.
Exactly.
I mean,
Oh,
your nose freezes the second you walk out the door, and I hate that because it burns, it hurts. I hate that.
Burns.
So, but yeah, one of my most favorite movies ever that describes warm weather people dealing with cold is actually a John Candy great of Cool Runnings.
Yes, yes.
oh
And
yeah.
that was made to be a funny scene, but that's the truth.
It is. Yes, it is. They're all just bucked up at the door going, we ain't going any further. Nope.
No.
Nope. I love it.
Okay. Hey, Jay, thanks for coming up.
Hey,
Hey, Jay.
can you hear?
How are
Can you
you?
hear me?
We
Yeah,
can hear you.
All right. Oh yeah, Cool Runnings. That's a classic, and also
it
John
is.
Candy's last film before he died.
Yeah, it was.
Almost. Almost.
Oh,
Almost. Okay,
Almost.
almost.
How the West Was Won, I think, was the last one. He was filming that one when he
Oh
died.
yeah. Yeah, I remember that one too. That was good.
Yeah, there was good. Bless his heart. God love him. There's nothing, nobody, you can't, John Candy, you
But you
can't
can't.
replace him. And he was a
You,
Canadian.
yes, he
yes, he
was.
was. Yes, he was. True Blue.
He
Yep.
even lived in my city for a while when he was in the SCTV.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome.
My favorite would have to be with him and Dan Aykroyd, The Great Outdoors.
I was just on. That was just on. It was Summer Rental, and then The Great Outdoors was after
Ready?
it.
Thank you. Yeah.
Love it.
Yep. Yeah, that was insane.
So, what you been up to? You had a vacation.
All I can say is it wasn't Florida, but it was a vacation.
There you
That's
go. Hey, that's all right. That is all right. I do love Uncle Buck too, Kettle.
Oh yeah, yeah. You got classic, the old backfiring car, and
You'll you'll have to somebody drop Jay's link for us. So Kettle, you'll have to follow. We do movie talk all the time. Walking Dead fans, all that shit. So
oh
you'll have
man,
to come over some night when we're talking movies. Oh, we're nuts.
I
I
will
tell
I
you.
will walk and dead you to death. Trust
Yes.
me.
Yes, and anything horror movies and all the
Oh
other
man.
good stuff, the classics. Yes, it's
Oh yeah.
fun.
hey, Swamp
Anything
Quack.
nostalgic.
Hi, Swampy.
Yeah,
So
anything
anyway, Jay,
nostalgic.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
go
know that
ahead.
there was a lot of people speculating about the collaboration between you and Nina and Texas Twat. So
Oh God.
if you wanted to quickly clear some things up about how you got
Oh,
roped
touch
into
on it.
that.
Well, hell, they them two was tagged up together for a little bit way before I even stepped in there.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I was stepped in there because I got a phone call from the Texas tornado, and she said, "MT's on here talking shit about you. You know, you need to get on here and give him some of your, you know, good old verbal ass whooping, I guess." So I'm thinking, at the time I just rushed into it. I was like, because I don't know, I can't say that I hate the dude. I just know he's full of duty water.
Mm.
He's just garbage from what I've heard.
You can say shit.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's basically full of shit, and he's fucking probably a troublemaker just like they are. But so I like I said, I just jumped right into it, not knowing anything. And when everything started going south, which I seen that coming, I even called it sitting here one night. I was like, this is not gonna last very long. Not with
Right.
them two. They're too much
No.
alike.
Right. And when I remember too when you stepped away. I remember when you stepped away and I was like, "Hey, look, he's finally getting it." And then, you
Hmm.
were gone for a while and I know you popped back up and like I said, I
Yeah,
had the utmost respect for you when you came in and said, "You know what I did was wrong. I'm really sorry
yeah,
for it." And other people lately on, both sides of the fence here have been "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'll never happen again. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry." And sorry becomes a sorry ass word because they don't mean it. It's just
yeah,
empty promises from people.
you got
And
to mean it.
you didn't do
I
that.
No, I took time and I started analyzing everything. I started breaking it down, and stuff like that. I was like, cause a family member brought it to my attention. I think it was my brother or something like that. Because I actually mentioned it to him, and he said, after all that shit you went through with her having you locked up, lying in court, getting you all that jail time, putting false CPOs on you and shit like that, and you're over here paddled up with her on YouTube. He said she's getting ready to rip you again. Somehow, you're just
Yeah.
stupid if you don't back out of that.
Right. Right.
I said
And
he said, but that's your choice though. He said because if she threw you under the bus in person, dating her, she's gonna throw you under the bus on the internet. She's gonna have you. It's like a revenge thing.
Hmm.
right.
So
Right.
I took time to think about it, and I was like, yeah, okay, you called me up, want me to get into it with this man for what reason? Then I was actually thinking, for what reason? What has he done to me for real? Not
Right.
really anything.
Right. Right, because talk is cheap. I mean, everybody gets on
Yeah,
here and says shit from time to time. Come on. And that's just it. It should stay here. And that's what they
yeah.
were going is real life. Those
Oh yeah,
two were
I
went
don't.
real life big time.
I didn't do that. I let them two go real life. I'm like, I'm not about that. Because I know I
No,
can't do anything, and nothing's really going to happen. But
right. And then and I remember you dipped and then, pretty soon after that it was over anyways. But because, with the whole thing is what they don't realize
I was given
is
options. I was gave choices. It's either one side or the other, and I'm like, well, at that
right,
time, this is what I was thinking. You know, well, of course I'd be stupid to choose Alana's side after you done screwed me for how many years. That's just ignorant. Uh,
right,
then at the time, you know, me and Nina wasn't beefing or anything like that. So I do, at the time I didn't have a problem with her. I was like, well, she's not giving me a reason, you know. But I'd be crazy to get on your side, and she's not really giving me a reason. Because when I came back, I mean, I would see Nina live, and I would say, hello in the chat and shit like that, because I didn't figure we had a problem,
Hmm.
you know, until she made it noticed on one of her lives, which I never responded. She started talking shit to me in the chat, and I was like, "You really don't want me to go in on you? I will drag you through the water." But I'm going to be nice, and I'm going to let you say what you got to say. I'm going to let you lie, like because she sit there and said, "Oh, I was bugging her and this, and that." First of all, chick, you gave me your phone number, and every time that I didn't jump on the panel, you would refuse to go live like I had to be there, like it was mandatory.
I remember that. Yeah, I kind of
Yeah,
remember that.
if I was busy or something, well, oh, I'll wait until you're done. Just let me know when you get home. We'll jump on here. You know, but you're over here saying that I'm bugging you. Bullshit. I didn't bother you like that. And when I told you I had some relationship stories or whatever on a lot of some dirt, oh, she was all for it. Yeah, I can't wait to
Right,
hear that. We
right,
need we need to put that on the live.
right. And
But then
and
all of
it
a sudden, It's screw you, Jay. You're freaking this and this and that. Oh, damn! Why all of a sudden the change? Oh, that's right, because you got to impress your new audience.
Right. Right. Hey, Red. Glad to see you, darling.
Hey, Red.
Um, but the whole thing too, and God, the thought just went right out of my head. I hate that. It's like, I was thinking it, and
Basically,
then
basically, she got mad because I wouldn't go real life with them. That's pretty much to sum it up. I wouldn't
right.
do these dumb lawsuits, and I wouldn't waste my time running to my courthouse and make them look at me like, "What the? Why you keep coming down there?"
Well, exactly. The whole thing
I
was
wouldn't do it.
ridiculous.
I refuse to go there. I refuse to do all that shit.
Right. And Alec, that's now I remember what I said because I saw what you said. I've known MT a long time. I've known the guy for over 4 years. MT was kind of like the little brother that you paid to go to the movies, and he'd take your money and not go to the movies. That's kind of
Yeah,
how he was. And,
yeah,
I never really had, a problem with him per se. But when all this stuff started happening to him and they were doing this to him, we truly did try to help him behind the scenes. And yes,
yeah,
we were told, because when he first said he came in and said that this was happening, that he was actually, filing actual, you know, um, an actual case, we all kind of thought, yeah, okay, you're cute, go away. Because we didn't think he was telling the truth because he'd done that before and
hmm
said he was doing that and he never did. So we really didn't think that was happening. So, well, then he started showing documentation that he was telling the truth. And we were like, oh, wow.
hmm
And, there were some final straws with him because, she was taking things that were, she's taking Crime Stopper stuff and, cropping his photo onto an actual, wanted, you know, um, pedo, and then putting that on his face, and and MT
yeah.
has
She's going to
identifiable
the
marks.
extreme. Yeah, she was
Yeah,
going to the extreme with
yeah,
it.
she was and but that was dangerous for him. And he was
Yeah,
kind of coming in because he does have kids, and he's like he was getting concerned for his safety and his kids. And some of these people came into a discord one time that we had, and the first thing out of her mouth was, do you have his social security number or where his kids are and that kind of stuff? And we're like, whoa, hell no, what are you
mm-mm.
talking about? Because we don't
But
do
yeah,
that shit. We've never been okay with going real life on anybody. And we're like, we don't do that. So, he was starting to get a little bit concerned. And so, yeah, he did. Now we got to get this straight though. He's the one that pressed these charges, not us. He
hmm
did come to us and say, hey, do you have any of this? And I'm like, yeah. And other people were like, yeah, we have recordings. So we just provided the information. What got her in trouble, we don't even know what he submitted, but it was enough that it got her arrested. And then what
yeah,
got her arrested and it stuck was when she harassed the police officers that were doing the
yeah,
investigations. So
yeah.
that's
Because
what got her in trouble.
if she wouldn't have never done that part, she probably wouldn't have seen nothing out of it. At least no jail, no jail. She wouldn't even have been locked up for real. I mean, they would have probably said something about the what she's put online or whatever. But what got her physically put in jail was harassing that cop.
Yep.
Right. Well,
I
Ninja,
believe. Now that's what I think. Because I don't really know much about it. But
right. Um,
Truth.
I'm not going to address that much, but Ninja, with all due respect, you're going to have to talk to him about that. We're not talking about that here. I don't have a problem with Hatman, so you would have to take that to him and discuss that with him. So,
Ah,
but that's not what we're talking about over here tonight. I don't have a problem with you, but that's just kind of what we're doing over here right now. We're talking about another community and some other problems that have come up. So that's something you can take up with him. But yeah, so that was what happened, and she took a plea. That's what
yeah,
happened with that. She took a plea over that. We didn't have any control over that case. So that's what she got spanked for.
Yeah.
And she better be careful because all that shit's still on record. And if anybody wants to turn around and go, look, shame on you,
Because the next
you
time
know,
you go in there for something similar, they're going to drill
right.
you.
They are. They are. And they're going to go, look, she's already been gotten a conviction against this because you were convicted. You don't want to spin it. I'm not twisting it. When you plead, you got up there and pled because you knew if you went to court, that was not going to be good because that cop was going to eat
Yeah.
you for breakfast.
Oh yeah, if she
So
would have
you
took it to
pled
trial, she
out.
got the max. She would have got
Right.
the max at trial.
Right. So she pled out. So she didn't get any more trouble than she was already in.
Yeah, her best bet was to go ahead and plead guilty and let him hit him with that plea deal. Go ahead and sign
Right.
off.
Right. Hey, Lynn, glad you're doing good, honey.
Lynn.
So, but it's just ridiculous. All this stuff has gone on. And I agree with something Rosie said over at Virginia's is, everybody just wants to have fun. That's what we used to get on here and do crazy shit, troll and be acting silly. And half the time we trolled each
Mm-hmm.
other. So, we'd
Yeah.
be over there trolling each other and everybody go, just stop it. We know who you are with that. But because we were doing it, it was fun. We were being silly with it. We were teasing each other. We were having fun. And now it's, you say one wrong thing and all of a sudden somebody's all butt hurt and their feelings are hurt. Well,
And
get
somebody's
over
knocking
it.
on the door, handing you filings
Mm,
for.
oh no.
Right. And it's absolutely
Lawsuit. I'm
ridiculous. And
yeah.
it's frivolous. It
I'm
is
suing you.
frivolous.
Yep.
It's the what I call the new generation. It's just emotional. There's just they can't take a joke.
There's too many thin-skinned souls on this platform.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yes. And if you notice, it's the thin-skinned souls that are starting all the bullshit and acting like little pretty princesses when somebody claps back on them.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because all
I,
anybody has ever done with all of these wackos is respond. Because again, if you're going to say shit about me, I'm going to have something to say
mm-hmm.
about it.
Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah. It's like I've even stated on my community wall, I don't want to give her no more attention. But if you keep my name in your mouth and you keep coming up with strong lie, I will defend myself. I have
Right,
every right to.
exactly, Jane. Everybody has that right to do that. And but they say it is, oh well, no, you're attacking me. You just keep attacking me. No, no, no,
Mm-mm.
no, no, no. I'm responding to your shit.
Yeah, I'm correcting your
Lie.
allegations there.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. Oh, exactly, V. I'd love to see that. That would be hilarious. One of these days we'll get that too, because
We
I have
keep
to.
talking about it, but we got to get a pool of money together
I
and get one of you guys in the States to actually get it because I don't think they'll let me get it. I
no,
think
no. It's
Emma
just that's
Emma has to go have a friend
right,
cross the border to purchase it. So,
right, right, right. So yes, we'll do that eventually because I think that would be so funny. Because I'm sorry, I think it's hilarious to listen to
Mm.
her. Because she swore all this was fake. This is wasn't going to happen. And that was the one thing that was funny too, because the other one would gas her up. No, this is all fake. Don't worry about it. Whatever. The other one's gassing her up, had her on high octane the whole time. So she would,
Yeah.
I remember when she was in the hospital, they were, and I can't go to jail because you'll kill me. I need special medical treatment. Well, guess what, sweetheart? They have infirmaries for both you bitches. So stop.
Yeah.
Don't
It's
worry
called
about that. That's
it's called medical unit.
right. Sure is. So, don't even worry about that. They'll have both your asses in there. And it don't matter if you're fat, they ain't going to give you whoppers. So,
but
and
you
they'll,
probably would
I've
have rocked the orange jumpsuit, though. You got to admit.
yeah. Oh,
mm,
yeah. She looked good in pink stripes. I thought that was hilarious. But
mm.
she finally got her comeuppance, and I was so glad. I just happened to catch the live to where she did call. She's calling bail bondsmen out the ass because finally people
Oh,
are
that
leaking
was
it
so
that,
funny.
you have a charge. And she says, no, I don't. No, I don't. So she starts calling bail bondsmen and finally gets a bail bondsman that's in the right county that she can talk to. And they're looking her up and she's spelling the name for the gal. I loved it. It was hilarious. And she finally goes, well, yes, ma'am, you do. You have a 50. You could hear the air come out of her. She's like, okay, well, how much is it going to cost to get me out? And let me call Carlos.
Oh God.
Like
Like
they care.
Boston knows who Carlos is.
I know,
Mm.
that was hilarious. I'm like, what the fuck?
Carlos is paid for everything. He's paid the bonder out. He
Mm-hmm.
pays for the meals. I'm like, good grief.
Oh, come on. They use each other. It's, the meal ticket there and the reason of happenstance there. So, they're with each
Yeah, I
other
know.
for a reason. It's certainly not. And
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not going to hold my breath on that one. So we'll just say, I'll be right
I
back,
mean,
guys.
she
Yep. But
openly cheats on him on the internet, wide open. Everybody's seeing it. I mean, come on,
oh God,
get it.
yeah. Oh gosh, yeah. She's offering her nudes around to,
Oh
oh
God,
yeah,
yeah.
I'll show you my nudes. Like, who does that?
I got sent one to analyze one time. I'm like, I was like, look, I did 5 years with you. I didn't. There's no Photoshop. Trust me, I've seen it all.
Well, and I love that she wants to say that everybody photoshops her shit. No, hun, you're the only one that does the photoshopping. None of us have done that. It's all been screenshotted, just like somebody would get it while she was live
She
and
told me on
snag
the
a
telephone,
screenshot.
like that time she called me and told me on the telephone, and I said something about the sleeve surgery. She said, and well, I actually said that. I said, sounds like that sleeve surgery is fake. She said, well, I know it is, but they don't know that.
Right, of course,
I
though.
said, they will. They will.
Well, yeah, and that's why that panel that we all did, bless your heart, I felt so bad for you that day. I always kind of took over. But she's over there yelling and cussing like her normal self. And I know you were going to stop. You did not have the sleeve surgery. You did not.
Yeah, because I got
You
told right on
know?
the phone it was fake.
Oh, exactly. We all knew it was fake because, I mean, it stopped. She could have very easily proved the night that she was on Annie's panel that this is what happened. She could have showed her stomach just real quick and she would have had marks on her stomach, but she
Hmm.
refused to do it. She wasn't doing it. So she's not. She she
Yeah.
she wouldn't do it. She wouldn't go. Then she said she left the live and she was supposed to take a picture with a date and show the date. Oh God, it was embarrassing. Oh my God.
Not as embarrassing as her walking around and asking random strangers if she was pretty.
Oh God. Oh my God. That was, oh boy. I
She
mean,
I
again,
know.
what
I
is
was.
it with these
she
wackos?
did
What
she
is
didn't do
it?
that when she didn't do that when I was with her.
Well, at least
I don't know
there's
what the
that,
hell happened.
Jay. At
Yeah, that
least
I was
there's
with
that.
the personality I was with was totally different.
Yep.
Hmm.
Well,
Hmm.
a little bit different.
Yeah. Little bit is
Because
right.
the personality I was with didn't care what people thought. Didn't give a damn.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Right. Right.
was very blunt and this and that, and could handle her business if she had to handle business. But I don't
Well,
know who this person is. This is a soft, cottonized version of everything's just you know.
well, exactly. And that's the same with this other one. She wants to think that, you know, she's all big and bad. Oh, I've got all these restraining orders. And, some of the people didn't even know how they had a restraining order in place against them. There's so many legalities involved. It's not just, here it is, you don't show up, you get it. That's not how it
Mm,
works. So I am going to be really curious and we're going to be following this really closely to see how this,
Mhm.
unfolds because there's no way that somebody should have been able to get a restraining order against someone without even their knowledge because they clearly didn't have knowledge.
it was like me down here waiting on her to show up, handle her business, in my hometown. Trust me, I already had the whole family getting ready to walk through there, plus 6 friends getting ready to drill you in court. We get
Right.
ready to roll through you real quick,
Right.
make you look
Right.
like an idiot.
Yeah.
But that never happened because she knew it was she could get nothing off of it,
Right.
and all I was doing was sitting back waiting. I wasn't hiding. I wasn't scared or anything. I was just when we got to show up at the county attorney's office, I can't wait for it.
Well, exactly, because that's what these ladies think. They think, oh, that everybody's scared of them, and you know what? No, stop. This is hilarious to us because your lies are so outrageous that it's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Now we'll probably get some blowback on this one for bringing her up at all, but um,
Just me
she
being
wants
on
to sit
panel, you're
there and
getting
say,
getting blowback.
well, she
Sure.
wants to sit there and say, oh, well, they talk about me all the time. No, we don't. We
Mm-mm.
respond to your nonsense. And she's like, well, I'm just over here doing my tarot readings. For one, you've never done a legit tarot reading yet.
No.
You play other tarot readers and react to their readings like they're reading your stuff. They're not.
Mm-hmm.
It's so general that it could apply to anybody.
The only person
And
she's tarot reading on is herself.
well, that's
Yeah,
most of it, but she sits and says, "Well, I'm just doing that." No, you don't. You sit there while they're doing the tarot reading. You're reacting to it and trying to stir the pot with, "Yeah, that's their karma. That's what I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
about. That's their karma." You're trying to insert people with just without saying their names. So whatever,
and then, then
we're
slip,
laughing at you.
then slips up and calls me every name in the book, every blue moon. I've called a couple like that, and I'm like, look, you can say what you want to say about me, but that's all right.
Well, yeah, because again, yeah, exactly, Jay. Because if you like me, that's great. I'm happy you do. But if you don't, I'm okay with that too. I'm still gonna unplug tonight. I'm still gonna eat dinner. I'm still gonna get up and do everything that I do normally. I'm not gonna be crushed that you don't
Mm-mm.
like me. I'm just not.
Yeah. It ain't gonna hurt my feelings, son.
Well, exactly. Oh, and yeah, you heard about the dog bite, right?
It's sad that her own dog turned on her. I would
I
Oh,
too.
think
yep.
I think that's what happened too.
Either
Oh, I
that
guarantee
or
that's
she
what happened.
lost her shit and punched a hole in the wall.
Oh, I think it's both. I think
I
it's
think the
both.
dog. I think the dog bit her.
I think the dog bit her and she got pissed off and punched the wall instead of the dog.
That's what you get for not paying attention and feeding it like you're supposed to. They'll finally
Right.
go off on you.
Exactly. And and she was no pet parent at all. None
No,
whatsoever. She shouldn't have animals. Neither should a lot of these people on here. But
no.
yeah, I think that's what happened to because she showed a picture. And what is up? I'm sorry, you guys. Her hands. Oh my God! What is she injecting herself in her hands now or something? That
Watch
was
them.
weird.
Watch those dirty claws. Those dirty bear claws
Oh,
on her.
Oh
yeah.
no. This was really weird. I just happened to catch somebody showed it and I was like, huh? What? Because some people are way better screenshotting than I am even. And I saw this come up and I'm like, what is with her hands? I mean, it's just there's sores on her hands and shit. It's like, what the fuck? Besides her being dirty, she's always had dirty fingernails and it's just nasty. It gives me the cringe because I have long nails, but I keep my nails neat, clean, and polished. So that freaks me out. And
Yeah, I
but
would.
no,
Well, when you
something was
don't
up
have
with her
when
hands.
when you
And
don't
but
have a
she,
shower or anything, it's kind of
well,
hard to.
something, Jay, something, because she was showing the dog bite because her little gal pal Angie fell and broke her arm. Oh well, that's what happens when you're half drunk and you don't know what you're doing and you roll down the hill. That's just what happens. So she was. I'm just going to show you like I did Angie, like Angie showed hers. When she
Mm,
took that bit for one, that's what they consider. That's not a hard cast. That's just a soft splint cast because when you
mm,
have an open thing, you have to be able to take care of it. So
yeah.
she's trying to flex these two puncture wounds that are on. She's got 2 on top, and I think she had another one on the other side. I'm gonna have to, because I don't quote me on that because I'd have to look at the picture again. The puncture wounds were not that serious.
It's
Now,
teeth.
right, and it was teeth, but it was where the teeth marks were on her hand. That is not how that happened, how she described it. It would not have been that way. She wouldn't have had, that was a clean bite. That was a quick snap bite. She
Mm-hmm.
tried to flex that she wrestled with this dog because it was trying to
Mm-hmm.
get her to the ground.
Oh God,
Now,
that's right.
if that had been the case, there would have been,
Her hand would have
um,
been torn up.
yes, she
Mm-hmm.
would have had ripped wounds, not
And it's
puncture
a
wounds.
false, and it's also a false statement about a pit bull getting lockjaw. I looked it up. There's no such thing as lockjaw.
Right.
You know,
But,
but
It's
they
just
well,
got the
yeah,
pressure to lot to hold on. But yeah,
right.
they
yeah,
can let go.
Right. And now
yeah,
the
yeah.
biggest thing she tried to twist was, my entire point was, if a strange, because this is what she's flexing again, was that a strange dog bit her. That
Because she
that
didn't
they
want to
didn't
tell
catch the
people her
dog.
own. Yeah.
Right. And well, I think so too, Jay, but she's trying, this is the story she publicly told, was that they never caught the dog. Now she had to get a tetanus shot. Yes, you sure did. But if they never caught that dog, you would have had to get rabies shots, ma'am,
Mm-hmm.
and you
Yep.
didn't.
Mm-mm.
So it was either your own dog that bit you, which that's what I think. That's my
Hmm.
opinion. That's my
It
opinion of
is.
what happened. And that your hand was broken because you had 2 different things go on. You have 2 puncture marks on your hand on top, and then your fingers are bruised and broken. That
Yeah,
happens
because
from a closed fist. That's
yep.
90% of those wounds is a closed fist.
And I
So,
know that from personal because I punched the door getting into it one time and I shattered every bone in my hand. And when I broke it, it swelled up instantly. And it's a boxing fracture, is what the doctor said. He said you
yes, that's
shattered it for
exactly what it's
glass.
called. Yep, that's exactly what it's called. And Truth just said it. She said those bites didn't come from a dog that was facing her like she claimed. She put her
Mm-mm.
hand between those 2 dogs when they were fighting and she got bit, because
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
them
you
2
don't do
dogs
that.
tangle each other all the time because they're in a little tiny cramped space.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where she's living. I don't care where she's living. But it's certainly not a $300,000 house, ma'am, that you have to show a deed
Gotta
to get
stop
in.
doing that.
No,
I know.
they're
How
still in.
embarrassing. Stop it. You're
Yeah,
embarrassing
I,
yourself.
The
they've been in the
Quintain and
same place
Sweet.
they've been in.
Right. Right.
Yeah, them
So,
dogs are not paid attention to. Probably, she goes on live for 48 hours. I mean, you're not doing anything for them.
right.
They're going to finally get fed up with you.
Right. The heart we're talking about, I'll say her name. I don't care. Alana, little Texas Black Widow or whatever her name is. I
What?
don't know.
The Texas twat.
Weirdo.
Yeah.
Texas,
Yeah.
Texas, Texas black weirdo.
There you go. That's okay. I fondly think of her as the Babadook. I can't. Thank you, Olaf. That's in
And
my
what
head.
and,
I love it. That's in
and
my
what's
head. The Babadook. Oh, hubby wants to
and what's
watch
crazy
that.
about it is there's actually a female serial killer called the Texas Black Widow that killed like
Yeah,
every
I guess.
husband she was with.
Oh, that's funny. That's hilarious.
I think I posted on my community wall somebody actually talking about the real woman that did that, where they did like a little breakdown and everything. Somebody did a little podcast thing about it.
Huh. That's interesting too. Well, when she said that, because she's got an S on it. Like
You said
it's Texas.
widows.
Well, no, it's the Texas part. She has an S. It should be just Texan Black Widow. Instead, she's got
Mm-hmm.
Texans, like she's all of Texas or something. I'm like, what is she playing for? I can't remember the name of the football team, and because they used to be the Oilers, and that's when I liked them, but they're not the Oilers
Oh, you're
anymore, and
talking
I
about
don't
the
remember.
Houston Texans.
Yeah, yeah. So, oh, it is. It's the
Mhm.
Texans. Yeah. So, I mean, I was like, what is she
Yeah.
playing football now? I mean, I know the 49ers for that mugshot. And no, ma'am, we did not Photoshop your mugshot. All they have to do
Mm-mm.
is
My
put your name in and it comes right
God.
up.
I
Stop
can
it.
do it right now. I can do it right
Yeah,
now on
no
Google, and it'll
eyebrows
pop
or
right up there.
anything. That's just how it was. You forgot to use the Sharpie that night, honey. I'm sorry, but that's just on you. Okay.
Yeah.
And that
She
Joker
looks like.
smile, I'll never forget it. And yes, that was you. That was you. Unless Montgomery County decided to Photoshop your image and make it worse. So no,
Yeah. She
nobody
looked like Glenn
photoshopped
Danzig.
anything. Stop it. And
Well,
yes, you do use a filter.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's
Always.
why she's disavowing her prison or her jail photos because she's so filtered herself. She actually believes she looks like that.
Well,
And
that's
God
true.
forbid we showed
Hmm.
reality. Oh,
I've seen.
Yeah, a
I've seen
couple
all of
times
her
realities
mugshots.
come out. A couple times realities come out, especially lately. It's like,
Hmm.
when I'm not going to say because the other community, and again, I don't think they realize that we took one for the team. They don't. And that's okay. And it's not a big deal. We don't interact that much with them anymore, anyways. But we
Mm-mm.
took one for the team and we tried to deflect and it
mm,
worked pretty well. It worked pretty well, and that's cool. And because like I said, we've been dealing with this wackadoodle for 3 years. It's been 3 years now,
Mm.
which frightens me. It really does. Because again, the Baba Duck. That's all we ever want. It's like Candyman, 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 and there she is. You know,
And that's Tales from the Crypt Keeper.
well, it
yeah,
is. It is. And it's just like she goes, well, then stop talking about me. And then girl, you wanted to sit there when you got arrested in January. You wanted to sit there, and I was off the internet for however many months. No, you weren't.
She
You
was
weren't.
always on
You
it.
weren't off the internet. You were back using a voice changer, claiming
Sarah
that you were
Hampton.
somebody's lawyer named Sarah Hampton. And stop. That was so clearly you.
Oh my God,
It's
it
frightening,
cringe. That was the most hysterically cringy thing I had ever heard.
wasn't
Her
it?
using that voice changer and trying to talk measured so it wouldn't, like, oh, you can't
I
hide,
know.
stupid.
And what was so funny too was because, you know, somebody else was using the similar tactics that we were using now as they were deflecting her off of someone else.
She was Ghostface
And
from Scream.
right there you go, definitely. And well, some of these pictures she looks like Skeletor. It freaks me out. It's like, whoa, damn girl, use some
Yeah.
foundation or
Was
something.
was plus she's a big boned female, and if she loses too much weight, she's gonna look like she's on dope.
She already
Well,
does.
Yeah, I mean,
ah,
She already does. I'm
ah,
sorry. I am sorry. And I don't know what's up with her hands. Because I mean, I can tell you right now, yes, I am a 60-year-old female, but my hands don't look like hers at 40 something.
mm-mm.
I mean,
yes,
it
it's
freaks
no
me out.
metaphors, I'm sure. And she's probably picking at her scabs, and I don't know. I just,
I don't know. I'll find the screen. It's floating around. So, and I can't honestly remember
Mm.
even who posted it, but I remember seeing it and I was like, whoa, what is
I mean,
wrong with her
hell,
hands? I was
I'm
flipping out.
40
I'm like,
years
this is
old.
freaking me out.
I'm 40 years old this year, and people tell me I still look the same as I did when I was in my 20s. It's just I got gray hair.
Right.
there you go.
Exactly. I pretty much do too. I mean, I've got a few more pounds than I'm sure when I first met hubby, but hey, it is what it is. But it's just stop. She looks horrible. And I'm not
That's
trying to
what
be mean to her. I
rapid weight
really am
loss
seriously.
does.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, I'm just trying to be real. I'm not gonna,
Yeah.
because I am one of those people to where I'm an equal opportunity person. I will literally be walking down the street, and if my husband looked at me and says, "Wow, that lady's really pretty," I'm not going to go, "Oh my God, shame on you." I'm not going to be like
My
that. I'm
family,
going, "Damn, you're right." I'm going to like,
my
"Yeah, she is beautiful." If you are pretty, I'm going to go, "Wow, that is a gorgeous chick." If you got a
I
nice
can ride
rack, I'm like, damn, that's a nice rack. Like, I love hat bands. There's some great boobs over there and some great ass.
one.
So I'm gonna be saying shit. I'm gonna be like, damn, yes.
Yeah.
And yes, I am not opposed to Jason Momoa at all.
Oh my goodness, no. That's
Hell
mine.
no.
That's my
I'm
man. Back off.
oh be careful. You gonna fight Emma, honey. You
Mm,
gonna have to fight Emma. She
uh-uh.
now me, I'm all
Yeah.
Thor. I want Thor.
Oh
Thank
yeah,
you
Chris
very much.
Hemsworth. Yeah, that's
I
my
would do
sister right
Johnny
there.
Depp,
She's
but I'd
all.
hurt him.
You gotta get his teeth. You gotta get your teeth fixed, Johnny. You're not looking good.
Well, yeah, but now I'm an all Chris Hemsworth girl. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna have to talk to Hat Man. I'm gonna have to. I think I might have to pay a few donations to go. Okay, give me a couple Chris's. So just because I know we got to make him happy. But like Emma is absolutely gorgeous. She is a beautiful girl. Most of the girls over there, Moon is beautiful. Elizabeth is beautiful. They are lovely ladies, and would
Hmm.
have no problem if I saw a beautiful girl go, damn, she is gorgeous. I have that. Just have never been that way. Like if I see a nice looking guy, I'm gonna go, wow, he's a nice looking guy. Okay. So what's the horror in that? I mean, I just love that, she freaks out. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? If somebody's good looking, hey,
That's
I've seen a lot of asses over at Hatman's going, damn. I think I actually have a new
I mean,
ass for him. I'd have to figure out how to get it to him. But um, a friend of mine had that gift for a long time, and I was just like, oh, that would fit right into Hatman's. So I might have to send that ass over his way. But yeah, I love it. A lot. I saw whenever I first started chatting over there, it was funny because the girls would be even going, yeah, nice ass, and there's a couple bras that I'm going to
mhm.
have. I'm not lying. I've seen
I
some
will
bras
admit
come
it.
up, and I'm going to have them. So yeah.
Talking about Walking Dead, I'll admit it. I'm a Lauren Cohan fan. I think she's hot.
Oh, absolutely, Maggie. Absolutely, she's
Yeah,
adorable. And
yeah.
there's several. I mean, like me, I've always thought that if I could pick somebody, and somebody told me this, and I don't quote this at all. I mean, this is maybe when I was 10 or 15 years younger, that I looked like a cross between Catherine Zeta-Jones and Sandra Bullock. And that kind of frightens me, but I'm also very happy about that because they're both absolutely gorgeous. They're both
Hmm.
very
Yeah.
pretty. So,
Hey, Krista.
Oh yeah.
But there you go. Now TikTok. Oh my God. All right.
what? Uh-oh. I missed it. I muted for a minute.
Nope.
Oh, yes, Deb. Oh my God. Yes. That it's like a red bra. And it's actually gorgeous. And I think they just put up, I think it's a dark green one too. That was absolutely stunning too. I was like, damn, I'm going to be over there shopping, trying to, screenshot these and then Google them and find them.
Hmm. Yeah, I kind of often, they like to throw our age in our faces. So
Hmm.
we've got one in a disability cart at 30, and she's. I have never been in a disability scooter. I should say scooter, not cart. Ever. But those two live in them, or one did, or maybe she's still in there. I don't know. I do miss her Walmart vlogs though.
I'll be
The
right back.
this of the cement floor. Did
Oh
you ever
yeah,
see those?
and plus the weight scale at Walmart is never
Oh
accurate.
yes, 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 yes. But she wouldn't vlog the store like most people show things on the shelves. She'd be riding
Hmm.
around in that scooter with the camera facing down. So you got to watch
Hmm.
the Walmart floor
And her swollen feet.
and her swollen feet and her gut. Nice. And then you got the other one. doing downtown to our outside. I don't know. Oh, I don't know what it is. What I just boggles the mind.
Fast
You know,
food
I don't
queen.
have to run away from either of them. I just walk away.
Yeah.
You signed up for Alana's TikTok subscription and was the only one there. And she told me to leave when I asked for her 15K bed. She had zero content. Of course she didn't.
Yeah. That motel bed is not 15K.
Her lies, Jay, though, she
Oh
can't
God.
embellish, a little bit. She has to go whole hog.
And she's only convincing to the idiots that will believe it.
I don't think anybody really believes it. I think a lot
Nah.
of them just ass patter and
Well, she pretty much had my family convinced that I was a monster, but it took a lot of court dates and my father almost getting arrested because telling her in the courtroom today we're going to tell the damn truth or I'm going to be
right.
whipping some ass in here.
Sure.
And she spilled the beans, but if you tell her that didn't happen.
Oh no, 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 no. See, if it doesn't fit her storyline,
Mm-hmm.
then
Go.
like she is the reason why we started documenting everything because at first we didn't know what the hell was going on, and then Kate being the queen of the screenshots really started paying attention and
Mm-hmm.
damn girl, no, that's not how or what happened. This is what happened. And we kept having to make a live because she wouldn't let us speak in her chat, you know?
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you got deleted right away.
Yeah.
That's all these bitches. They just delete you, don't give you a chance to talk. You're blocked, whatever. I'm like, that's not gonna stop me. I'm sure that's not gonna stop me at all.
Well,
I'll make a video. I'll, tag team somebody and go, hey, I got something to say here. So,
yeah.
no, that's not gonna stop me. Hi,
Well, it's
Krista.
like me the first time I ever heard anything about it because at one point I think it was when Carlos got arrested. He was supposed to have broke into somebody's house and stole the big Rolex watch. That's the story I heard. Um,
Yeah.
that story I was told by her, anyways, because he was in jail there for about a month. Uh, and yeah, but yeah, when she was on Kiwi Farms, it's like the first time I think she called me and said, "Well, if you see anything on the internet, your information's been doxxed." I said, "Well, what the hell is doxing? Because I don't know anything about it, because I'm not hip to all that stuff like she is." They said, "Oh, they got your mug shots floating around, talking crap." I said, "Well, first of all, who would know anything about me if it wasn't said? I mean, you had to bring me up somewhere."
Hmm. Yep.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, she wants to do all this flexing and pointing fingers and everything else to where she's actually doing all this. What she accuses everybody else of is what she does. It's typical,
Yeah.
you know, don't look over there, don't look what I'm doing. Like
Mhm.
like I was saying earlier, she goes live. No, I'm just doing my tarot reading. I don't know what you people are talking about. Well, yeah, because you're talking about everybody in between your little tarot rants. It's just like,
Sneak
girl,
dissing.
stop.
Yeah, she
It's
does the tarot
embarrassing.
to cover up the sneak disses.
Right. And she used to do that with her Sims too. She would be sitting there playing her Sims and then she start talking shit. It's like, what?
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
Cause no,
Stop.
yeah, cause nobody gives a crap about the Sims. We want they're there for the shit talk.
And quite honestly, I don't care about the tarot shit either. Because,
No.
and I love it, they all think, and again, this is so for all the wackos, okay? No, we don't listen to you constantly. It's like little
Mm-mm.
small doses, like especially with Barb. Oh dear God. Don't even get me
Yeah,
started on that nutball.
I've
I
I've,
can
I've
take
seen
her
a
like
few
for
videos over there.
yeah. Yeah, I can take her for about 5 or 10 minutes, and it's just like, oh no, I'd much rather have somebody else do it, and then I'll watch theirs.
Yeah,
That way
that's
Yeah,
exactly.
because
I don't have to give them a
because
review.
I hate every time I see Barb. I always sit here and I say out loud,
Oh,
"Elena, your mom's live."
No
Your
doubt.
mom's live.
No doubt. Oh no, they are soul sisters. That's for sure.
Oh
Jesus.
my god.
I mean, when they did when she was and I loved it that they just proved this is hilarious. When she went to the I love it. Emma calls it the Nut Hut. I never heard it called that. I was
Hmm.
dying. I thought that was hilarious. But when she was in the Nut Hut, they uh they were she was Wolf was trying to spin it. He's doing this community post where I hope you all are happy. They found her on the floor. They thought they didn't know what was going on. And she had blood coming out of all these orifices and everything else. Well, it turns out she got committed for 10 days. It was hilarious. And so he's making this community post like the elders are standing over her bedside chanting and praying. If she goes to be with the spirit world, she does. Right now, she's in a coma. I'm like, dear God, she's taking that right from the Texas Twinkies
Hmm.
verbiage. I mean, how many times? That's why none of this shit surprises us because we've all been through this rodeo before. This isn't any new. Get us a new bull because
Yeah.
we're riding the same bull. So
I
stop
mean,
it.
if you're going to get on here and do crazy stuff, at least make sure it's fresh and not copycatted from somebody else.
Well, I know, and it was so funny because that's why I think I even made a comment to Wolf about that. I'm like, damn, this is right out of somebody else's playbook. Congrats. You
Hmm.
know, this is so familiar to me. Come up with something more original. You know, so
Yeah.
and I
yeah.
still think too that all the evidence is out there. All you've got to do, and with all these women, all you've got to do is go and look. Just open
Yep.
your eyes and look. It's right there. There's no
Yeah.
mystery.
The proof is right there.
It is. It is. And Mark Raydell, keep my name out your mouth. Don't tag me no more for anything. God, you
Yeah,
creep me
that was
out.
weird.
Well, it was really weird. I don't give a fuck what he's doing. He's a wacko too. Dear God. And no, Mark, you're not supposed to be on the internet. Thank you so much. And only one person, well, two, because Red's in here. Hopefully, Highlander. Somebody will get a hold of Highlander. Red, do you know how to do that these days? And yes,
What's the
it's
old
Yes,
saying?
Friday.
sir.
I'm 420 and mind your business.
What's the old saying? The old saying is, was it birds of a feather flock together?
Yeah, and only this one has a handler, and he better
Oh
be
Lord.
careful because somebody's apt to call his handler and let him know that it's loose again. And
Oh.
if Isaac don't take him back out again, because Isaac needs to take him out again. So, you know, nah, they're probably just playing with him right now and letting him stay for that. So who
Okay,
knows?
seriously though, what is it with Isaac and these hour-long intros he does?
I
It drove me crazy.
I know. We're
I
all
want to
waiting and
hear
waiting
about
and
Ed,
waiting.
the Mr. T. I don't need or Mark T.
I know. It's
Hurry
like,
up!
damn. I
He must be
know.
collecting his thoughts.
Oh my gosh. I ended up,
Uh,
if he keeps it up, I'll catch it in the morning. I gotta go to bed.
I know. I know. I know. Us old ladies. That's my big complaint almost every day is I'm doing all this and I'm coming in. I'm doing stuff in the evenings and it's just like everybody wants to pop off at 10, 11 o'clock at night. And I'm like, people, do you not respect business hours at all? Jesus. I mean, I think I told you not long ago behind the scenes. I'm gonna have to learn not to sleep, I guess, because
Yeah,
all
I'm
these
not
little,
going live.
well,
I'm not
all
going
these
live
little
at no
pussies,
10 o'clock.
well, all these pussies want to just get up there and fire it up, and then they want to talk their shit and then delete it,
Yeah,
and it's just
dirty
like,
delete.
yes, it's like, come on, stop deleting your shit. If you're that embarrassed about what you say, then I best you really shouldn't say it, because again. Most of us don't do that. Emma doesn't dirty delete. Hatman doesn't dirty delete. Olap doesn't dirty delete. None of these people dirty delete. Kathy, you don't dirty delete anything. It's like, come on. It's all right there if you choose to go look at it. If you choose to go.
I still got all my videos. They're just private.
Right. And I totally understand why you do lately, Jay. Yes, because, all these people out there that want to go, you said my name, I'm going to strike you. Stop
Hmm.
it. Who cares? I mean, come on.
Freedom of speech, fair use. It's a
And
thing, people.
that's what I scream. I have every right to say what I gotta say.
Yep.
Yep. Yep. And they do too. But
Oh, no, thank you very much. That's very generous of you.
oh,
But
Truth, that's so sweet.
Mm,
She's such a sweetheart.
she
We
is.
we know so many awesome people. We just do.
We do.
They keep us sane. Keep us sane. I know some people yesterday were sitting on my hands for me because I was like, oh, hell no. No, no, no. No. So we won't go there, though. We won't.
It's
I
okay.
will a little bit. Life with Ron, shut the fuck up. Sit down. You buy more subs than anybody because
Oh
we
my
all know.
God! And how much did you pay for your plaque? If you did, I know they're on eBay for I think for the 100,000 plaque, it's like $78.
Right.
You know,
Yeah. Come on. Right. Exactly.
did you
Yeah.
know that you can go on eBay and buy yourself a YouTube plaque, milestone play button?
Yeah.
You
I'm sure he
can.
yeah,
does. I'm sure he
I didn't
does.
know that.
Yeah, I looked it up because I'm looking at these people getting their play buttons, and one month they're like 10,000, and all of a sudden, boom, 100,000 subscribers. A week later, they get their play button. I'm going, yeah, that's not right. I'm gonna go look on eBay. Sure enough.
Hmm.
Right. Hey, Spencer. Good to see you, sweetheart. I hope you're doing well.
Hold on, guys.
Always
I'll be
good
back.
to see Spencer.
Yeah,
But
we are a
yeah,
great group. Truth, we are.
we truly are. I mean, I'll give us some tons of ass pats because we really truly are decent people. And I love it when people sit there and go, "Oh no, you do this." No, I am. I'm true to myself. I
Hmm.
mean, I would stand up for people even if I don't care for them personally because I've done that. And I would still continue to do that. Now, with certain ones, no, you're going to be on your own now because you burned me enough. No, that bridge got toasted into his charcoal. So no, I would not stand up for some people. But where wrong is wrong, it's wrong, and I will at least clarify shit when I know it's wrong. But as far as anything else goes, yeah, no. If somebody comes to me and goes, "What do you have?" I'm like, "Nope, I won't. I don't have it." I don't. I don't have it. So it is what it is. So I'm not going to be oversharing a lot with what I need to do, and I'm going to keep it close now. So
Move in silence. Move in silence. The only reason I said anything today was to shut her up. You can't shut me up. You can't take my freedom of speech away from me.
nope,
I
nope,
am not threatening you. I am not
no,
doing anything of the sort.
never, never. Nobody has wished harm on anybody. Never, ever. I want. That's what I'm saying. I love these people say they have all these receipts and they have the proof. Show it.
Hmm.
I'm still waiting for the crazy Texan to show the proof that somebody said, well, they were going to, drive her crazy to do whatever. No, nobody, she never did that to you. You know that because if you did know, you would have had it out all over YouTube,
Hmm.
not the clipped bullshit you tried to pull, but the real clip, because we would know because we were all right there front and center for it. And we know it didn't happen.
She
So
killed me
stop
with that
saying this shit.
all that racist clip. Oh, I didn't say. Yeah, you did.
Oh, it was a skit, right? I mean, that's
Well,
Yeah,
again,
right.
we've even had some other shit. Somebody tried to cop that too. It's like, stop it.
I
You
said the
know,
only
that is
reason why that
not
cop didn't hear it is because that lady hung up.
mhm.
exactly. Yeah, she had already hung up, and she wanted to go. That say, hear that pause? Hey, that's where they clipped it. No,
That's because
because
she hung up.
again, another creator said this as well, and I agreed with them 150%. When you go and do these marathon screeches and they're 3 and 4 hours long, I'm not going to sit here and play the whole 3 and 4 hour stream to get to the part that I need. I'm
Mm-mm.
not. Now, if you really want to go there, we probably could. But no, I'm not going to bore everybody. I'm going to give you the clips and the highlights, and here it is. And
Mm-hmm.
normally we would point you to where it came from. But again, dirty deleting is everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because they won't leave it up because they can't leave it up because they'll know they'll be in trouble either with the law. These days, now it's a variety. You'll either be in trouble with the law or you'll be in trouble with YouTube because you'll know that shit comes down.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. You strike that real quick.
That's right. So they know. And again, none of us have done that kind of shit because we don't do that kind of stuff. We don't go real life. They go, oh, well, you go real life. No, with the Texas tornado, you'd already been doxxed by the time I even knew you or
Yeah, she
knew
doxed
of you.
herself.
Well, she did that a
She
lot, but I think the farms did get her a couple times, but it was from shit that she said.
Yeah,
It
oh
and
was
she
from
yeah.
what she
boxes herself. The
said.
farms only
Here's
just said,
here,
"Oh,
here,
wow, thank you
Thank
very much."
you.
here,
Exactly. Exactly.
here's something funny. Like back in the day when it was about the kiwi farms and mug shots and stuff like that. When my stuff got docked, she called me up and said, "Can you find my mug shots and send them to me?" I said, "Well, I can. I do. They're all over the internet."
Oh, well, yeah, they weren't hard to find. I mean, come
No,
on.
Public
I typed it.
record. Oh my
I
God, this
typed
is
it.
a hard concept for people to believe. You don't dock something that is public record.
Thank you.
She's had me send them 2 or 3 or 4 times.
Right. Right, she
Good
did. She
grief.
she did that a long time ago. And she wants to
Yeah.
say, "Oh, well, no, it was, cuz she wants to blame you cuz she still wants that connection to the other community. She still wants it. She still craves it. She slide in the
Mm-hmm.
back door where, if she had seen some of the stuff she'd said about, Vagic and some of those other people, they'd
Huh.
be like, really? So, stop. But they know what they have and they know what they're dealing with. That's why they pat it every now and then and throw it a bone from time to time because that's
Mm-hmm.
they know they have to do that. So again, I don't care, and they can all deny it all they want. But we all know because we've lived it and we've been there and we've seen it with our
Mm-hmm.
own eyes. But she wants to claim it's that community's fault that we don't like her. Like I loved that. I mean, I couldn't figure out if she was white knighting for Candy or if she was pissed at her. I couldn't figure it out. If you only got to know me, if you only got to know me, well, that's just it, bitch. We did get to know you. We did get
Yeah.
to know you.
Oh, we know
And
all about you.
right. And what we saw, I made up my own mind about you. I made up my own mind. Just because you had us all on a wild goose chase looking for a clip that didn't exist, that was my first indication of you. And then I saw who you hung with. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Number two indication of what I'm dealing with. And then I had my own personal experience jump right up. So that's where I formed my opinions, ma'am. That's it.
Oh, when she got on that live with that guy or whatever, that two-parter. Well, that was probably the. If that didn't tell you who she was,
Oh, you
Well,
I
mean
didn't
real
forgot the
exactly.
guy.
Yes. Yeah.
I didn't forgot the guy's name for real.
real
Uh,
CJ?
yeah,
Yeah. RSN. Yep. Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. And,
That,
and she bugged him for quite some time to do that. And from what I
just to get on there and
understand,
lie.
Well, yeah, oh, exactly. Come on. It was so comical, Jay. It's just ridiculous. The thing that was so funny too was because me, I don't follow Twitter or Instagram, so I probably don't even try it from because I'm like, okay, I'm there, but whatever. I just
I don't
don't mess
either.
with it that much. And so stuff was going on Twitter and everything that I was missing behind the scenes because I wasn't on it. But apparently she'd been bugging him for quite some time to do a story or, she had something to say and whatever. And then he was more curious about her because he had never really known anybody that faked their death. And see, whenever she tells a lot of these stories, she likes to leave that part out. Yes.
Hmm.
You faked your death for 25 days and again never left. She's supposed to be leaving YouTube when she got criminally charged and she was supposed to be off the internet, which that wasn't actually true. She was allowed to be on the internet but at a
Hmm.
high price. And I mean money wise. They wanted her to be monitored. She had to submit to her devices. And hell, she's got 5 or 6 burner phones. I love it to where people all the time, and they still do this. I wish I could do this myself, but I'm sorry, I'm not coordinated enough to run 5 windows. I know people in like Ari, my girlfriend from a long time ago. She'd be watching everything's going on. I'm like, how are you doing that? She was like, I got like 5 windows open. I'm like, fuck, I can't even keep one window open and know what the fuck's going on. So I am not that multi-talented to do that. So I'm sorry.
Mm-mm.
But so girl, they're like, well, that's not her. That doesn't go back to her. Stop. It's one of your boo Google of troll accounts that I've probably kept track
Hmm.
of most of them. And then other people come in and go, hey, just in case you didn't notice. But then it's really pretty apparent with your butchering of the English language. Both of you, Ms. Law School over there that doesn't even know how to spell perjury. Oh my God,
Or
stop it.
attorney. That one just had me on the floor laughing.
Did she misspell that as
Oh my
well?
God, yes.
Oh my God, stop
Oh,
it.
the grammar and the sentence structure, just But
I,
I have to say, when I read out my filing, my complaint, that nowhere near was bad as UP's and Virginia's.
oh, what I caught part of Up's live, and I had to kind of come and go, but I heard part of what she claims she said in those papers. I'm like, are you kidding me? Oh my God. So she is so screwed.
Hmm.
Ah,
Yeah,
and
she
that's
claims that her children were in danger. She hasn't had custody of those
no.
children in years.
No, and
Mm-mm.
to be clear, they were in foster care for a period of time. They gave her a chance, which just floors me anyways, they would give this woman a chance. They gave her a chance to get her kids back. YouTube was more important. So
No, hell no.
finally, and it wasn't that long ago, her rights were completely terminated. So what does
Yeah,
that tell you?
you got no
Okay.
rights
So
now.
right. So, Neener, stop. You don't have your kids. They've been long gone they were in foster care for quite some time and now they're gone permanently. Now they're in a permanent loving home. Thank God. That God is
It's,
good.
it's just like the weirdo in Texas. I think the last thing I addressed was where she said something about me. It said CPS, you know, took my kids. I said no.
No.
I had to address that. No, I know the story behind both my daughters, and yeah, I mean, I'm not afraid to share it. Not afraid to even talk about it. I gave my rights up on my first one because of my living situation and my financial situation. Because I was living with her at the time, we were constantly fighting, and I had my second daughter, and I didn't want to take a chance of losing them both in one rip. So I made the choice to go down on my own and talk to a worker, and they tried to talk me out of it for about 3 hours. They's like, because they would ask, you got any family member that would take her, and none of my family even half-assed acknowledges I even got a first daughter I said, no,
Right.
they won't take it. They won't take her. Oh, well, how about you? We'll give her to you. I said, that's a bad idea. Not
Right.
on my behalf, but just the situation that I'm in. And I explained it to them. They said, well, we'll go talk to the supervisor or whatever. And they finally brought me some papers out there.
Right. And but that as hard as that had to have been, Jay, and I'm sure that there's gut wrenching still that you wonder, did I do the right thing? You know,
Yeah.
at the time, you have to be commended because that was the adult thing that you thought you needed to do.
Yeah, and at that time, I was only like in my early 20s and stuff like that. I thought I did something bad. It's like, oh, I'm going to regret this or something like that. But as time went on, that was probably the better choice.
For you at that time, like I can't speculate on what was going on in your head at that time, but if you made that kind of a decision at that young of an age,
Hmm.
that you had those kids' best interest at heart.
Yeah, I didn't want to pull her into the fighting, the arguing, because I already had one in it.
Yep.
And we was living in a motel. I mean, I wouldn't want to bring into that. And I was getting thrown out every breath, for something stupid, a lie, basically. It's just I couldn't do it, so I made a what I call an executive decision, and that's
Hmm.
that's what I did. Now I've got two graduates. One's headed to college, and I hope the other one is thinking the same route. And
Well, that's excellent.
That is. That's awesome. Hey, Annie, good to see you, hon. Hope you're doing
Oh yeah.
good. Both the Annies. I know, poor Death. I can't help it but laugh every time I think about it. She goes, "Yeah, go over and check out Glory and Kate, but just know there's tons of Kates over there."
And Annie's.
I
A
know
lot
we
of
got
Annie's too.
we've got the treasure trove of Annies, and they're all
mm-hmm.
wonderful too. So hey, we lucked out. That's so amazing. That's why I love it. You said my name. I'm striking your channel. Oh, clutching my pearls, clutching my pearls.
Oh.
Stop.
It's a common name. Yeah, it's a
Well,
common
yeah.
name.
I mean, yeah. Come on now. Some. I just can't. Don't even get me started on some of this stupid shit. Oh my god. But so again, now we get to come, to the rest here that neener. You have no jurisdiction over someone in Canada. So epic fail there, hon. Nice try though. Not even A plus for effort, really.
Not really, but
No.
I
Hey, you met a cute process server out of the deal
I
though.
did. He
Yeah, I love
And
that
every time,
actually.
and I kid you not, every time he knocked on my door, he just had this look on his face.
I can
I'm sorry,
imagine. I
I'm
know.
back here again, but
Well, and I know
sure.
I took great pleasure in the story of you telling me behind the scenes of this last time when he came and went, you know what? He goes, I don't know what they think is going to happen with this, but he goes, we're not doing anything with this, and we're not going to bring any more.
Yeah,
So,
yep,
give me
that's
your phone number now,
exactly.
and we'll chat. And
And to heart,
Hmm.
and swear to God, he said, this is the last time we'll be delivering anything of this sort from her.
exactly.
So, she can complain all. Yeah, I assume she can mail me something if she likes.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. And again, she got on a technicality, which that technicality is going to be erased soon enough.
Hmm. Yeah. As like I explained to everybody at the beginning of the stream, I was advised not to show up.
Right.
From a U.S. attorney or a
Yep.
lawyer, I
Yep.
don't know if I'm using, and from my own city police process server.
Yep.
And it
Hmm.
all has to do with my consent with jurisdiction. And I did not
Hmm.
give Ramsey County Court in Minnesota my consent to have jurisdiction over me.
Exactly. Why would you? I mean, it's ridiculous.
Exactly, exactly. And that's a very simplified version. It's got a lot of
Right.
legalese mixed in there. But
Exactly.
that's
Exactly.
just the bare bones of what I was advised, and I followed legal advice.
Right. Yep.
And
Hmm.
I have 20 days to submit my filing and have it dismissed. So
Yep.
there you go. I mean, I don't have to. It's only for a year. And
Right.
I've spent 2 years not talking about her. So there's that.
Right. Right. And we'll just loan the other community the rant part she put out on you today, to where I caught part of it. And she was saying she was more like taunting you, if anything. Like that's what she thought she was doing. Like, yeah, they didn't think I could do it, but I went across the country lines and got it done. I got somebody in Canada. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. That's just it. And crawl back under your rock. The only reason this even happened was this started off with a copyright complaint. This was a copyright complaint when we were talking about somebody totally different. I think we were probably talking about a little bit of everything, but Neener, you were
It was a
never even a
Luana
fart in the
video.
wind thought.
Yeah.
You were never even a fart in the wind thought. The only reason that was played is because little Twinkie was on the panel with you. It was sped up. It was fair use.
Transformed.
And
Fair
quite
use.
honestly, you couldn't even really determine who was who in that video, honestly. And it was a 15-second clip that started off, fine, whatever. But that was a copyright that you somehow blew into harassment with legal people. Are you fucking kidding me? You're the biggest moron ever. You started off with a copyright claim that was resolved, by the way, and the video is right back on Kathy's channel where it belongs, because it was stupid. And again, you also bragged on that live stream today that you thanked Glory B for doing that counterclaim so you could get her information. You bragged about that. So I hope that looks really good too, because you've said it numerous times publicly. That's the only reason I strike these dumb bitches, is to get their information. So honey, you put that out there. There are your words. So please expect your words to come back and bite you on the ass hard. So they're going to. So stop. I mean, and the other ladies, we're going to be right there in their corner, helping them any way we can with whatever they might need as far as evidence.
Because, boy, you fucked up when you lied. I mean, you've committed fraud.
Oh, yeah. That's slander.
And you
she swore to slander, basically.
Are going for criminal charges. They're not going to say, I'm going to throw a PPO or EPO at you. No, they're going for criminal charges.
That's right.
At least UP is going to Minnesota to file charges. She's not doing it from her own state.
Right.
That's how pissed off she is.
Right. And little Neener has a misconception that she has to actually physically go there. No, she doesn't. But as long as she uses the state resources, she's fine. She's a U.S. citizen. She can do it from here.
And I can hire somebody in Minnesota to act as my representative. I don't have to physically be there, but I have to hire somebody in your state.
Right. Just like if she wanted anything done, she would have had to hire a Canadian lawyer.
Exactly. This is what I've been telling this stupid dummy.
I know. Exactly. So that's why your stuff is null and void.
And the only reason she probably didn't do it is because it would cost her money.
Oh, big time.
Going on and on about all this back pay. Neener, you need to keep your mouth shut about your personal stuff. Because now you've got, I don't know how many people side-eyeing you in Social Security.
Well, yeah. And again, a lot of these people want to point fingers our way and stuff. Oh, you're doing this, you're doing that. No, you've pissed off half the internet at this point.
I'm just stating the obvious.
Right.
I'm not doing anything about it.
No. No, that's just it. Somebody said this a while back that if they left, because nobody wants you to leave YouTube, we're just more having fun pointing and laughing at you at this point. I fear for my life and my kids' lives. I'm like, lie number one, big time. Because if you fear for your life, you're not taunting someone on the internet. Let's just put that out there.
Yeah.
So,
And having it recorded. Yes, I
right.
can see how much you're fearing for your life.
Right. And now, you know what, though? That's a double edged sword that she does need to be careful of, because she has tormented some of these women enough to where they should be afraid. Because who knows what this whack job would do?
Hmm.
I mean, look she's already committing fraud by putting what she's saying on the legal documents that's not true, which is slanderous, by the way. So, she's so delusional at this point that, if Up said that she was fearful for herself and her family, I would. I know Virginia said that and Supreme Queen said that, then yes, I would definitely be worried about my family.
Oh, yeah.
Because, this woman has, she's tormented them ladies a lot longer. And
Oh,
again,
you're
though, I
damn right.
love this for
Pretty
6
heinous.
years.
Yeah.
You never want to underestimate your opponent.
No, no, no. And I hope it all comes to an end quickly for these ladies, because it's ridiculous. And hope you look good in orange, Neener. Orange is the new black, baby.
I'll throw something on your books for you, because I'm a generous kind of a soul.
Hmm.
Well, I got to jump off here. I'm getting ready to die on you.
Oh,
Okay, Jay,
Literally.
thanks for
thanks for
coming on.
popping up, Jay. No problem. Good seeing
Yeah.
you.
All right.
We'll
You
talk
too.
craziness soon.
Oh yeah, I got a story. I got a new story to read coming soon.
I think I
Okay.
saw that on one of your community posts. So we'll be there for it.
All right. All
Bye.
right,
Take it
guys.
easy, bud.
All right. Bye. Yep.
There's the Annie loves crabs being all the punny and all.
Oh, I'm sorry. You get us on a roll, but this roll has been well deserved.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might take a little bit of heat from the other weirdo, but hey, who cares?
Oh,
We're used to it. Stop.
I mean, at this
Oh no.
point, let her go. If she wants to pretend she's doing something, then I think she should,
Mhm.
not worry about me. I mean, it's possible she thinks I'm the weaker target. I don't know. You do you if you think so.
I can assure her that that is far from the truth. Far from the truth.
I'm just not reacting the way she wants me to react, and
No.
and I've said it many lives. I have a sadistic streak, and
Mhm.
I love watching you twist in the wind. It's just like Alana, same thing.
Yep.
I
Yep.
just
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we don't want him to go anywhere, really. I mean, that wouldn't be any fun. Come on. We
yeah,
just, no, no. Now, some of these people, though, they really need to wake up, or they are going to be in a lot more trouble than what they're bargaining for.
yeah.
Excuse
That's
me.
okay. That's okay. I'm here for it. I've got my snacks. I got my weekend snacks. Went grocery shopping this afternoon, so I missed her. Missed most of her epic um rant, if you will. I don't know what it was. I got to watch it still because I got a clip.
Definitely. I know I'm going to have to eat. Huh, goodness, I choked myself.
Are you
I
choking on
hate that.
water again, girl?
I know. It's like, damn. Oh,
Goes down
I
your throat.
started
Water
laughing and I
stop.
inhaled. It's like, oh shit. Not the first time YouTube's tried to kill me. I'm telling you. And some of the stuff lately especially made me laugh. And I am just like, oh my God, Diet Coke hurts so bad coming out of your nose.
Oh,
It really does.
I'm sorry.
So,
Diet Coke is gross. How can you people drink that shit?
oh man, I don't mess with my diet soda now. I'm addicted. I am addicted.
Well,
And
that should alarm you.
well, Well, but I limit myself though. I
Okay.
mean, I for the most part, I am drinking, and I have a new love. I love this stuff. There's certain flavors that are better than other, but I really have to watch my sodium. I mean, every little ounce of sodium just makes me bloat. And it's like, and it's like, damn. My
Hmm.
ones are like, it's sodium, it's sodium. I'm like, well, that's probably true, and I think it really is. But I like the hint waters, the little hint water things, whatever they are.
Okay.
I love those, and I live on those because I'm not a plain water person. That's probably why
I
I
am.
don't like like bleh, bleh,
Yeah,
bleh.
no,
I don't like water at all.
listen, see, that's my bottle of water. I'm never without my water. I pee every day or every hour on the hour.
Oh well, girl, please. I no, you don't. That's why everybody's like, "Oh, we're gonna go camping." I'm like, "Good, have a good time. Have a good time. Don't look at me unless the bathroom is right next to the tent and has running water and it flushes, and then I will go. If not, no, those
Oh,
days
come
are
on,
long over.
Papa squat in the bush.
No, hey, you can't come at me. I used to go do the camping stuff. Hey, we woke up one day and there was 4 inches of snow. I'm like, what the hell? This was not supposed to happen because I'm in a sleeping bag rated at 30. So I'm like, because I grabbed the springy stuff thinking, yeah, yay. Bad planning on my part. I was a wuss. The second night I slept in the car. I don't care. I had a good car where the seats laid down and everything. And I'm
Oh,
just
you
looking at
big
everybody
meat.
else going, ha ha ha, you're out in the cold. Fuck you. Yes, I'm that bitch. I don't care. There's only room for me in here. Sorry. Oh, I love it. So no, I'm not in the old days. No, I loved camping. Awesome hiking. It was awesome. It was great. But anymore, no. Once you get to that stage, no, it's not. It's no longer fun. It no, no. My idea of the camping is the four seasons. It has to have electricity, running water, and a
Oh,
place to
you
plug
are
in my curling
no
iron.
fun. You are no fun. Even at my advanced age, and I know it's the spirit is willing, but the body isn't. I would love one of my dream things is to walk the Appalachian Trail. I
That
don't
would
know
be
why.
cool.
That
That would
would
be cool.
awesome, awesome. But I've glamorized it. I'm sure it's a bitch of a walk, you know? But I
I
still
would.
want to do it.
Well, yeah, and it's really long too. And I mean,
A
we'll
thousand miles.
we'll make you do it. We'll all meet in Maine.
Okay.
We'll all meet in Maine. Because now I would do the walking and everything. I got made fun of because yeah, if I'm walking after two bad knees and feet and stuff, no, you use a walking stick. Plus, I'll
Oh yeah.
kick your ass with that stick. Trust me. If anybody, there'd be like if a bear come up, I'd kick his ass with a stick, and my husband would look at me and go, she probably could. She could take it. Trust me. So so yeah, I've got my walking stick, and if it's uneven turf,
Mhm.
it's so handy because no, I'm not falling off a cliff or anything like that shit.
No,
No.
and the only thing that would make me quit if I bump into a bunch of banjo playing, uh,
Yeah, there you go. Near,
just
near, 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 near,
telling
near, near,
me
near.
telling me I have a purty mouth, then I'm out.
Amen. Oh my God. And oh, speaking of that movie, there was a guy that was he was in the movie with Burt Reynolds and those guys,
Yeah,
and he was one with the other end of the dueling banjo. And they wanted to pretend like these people were really like backwoods whatever people. They were local people, but they were very intelligent, they were very nice people, and they're actors too, so
right.
they're acting. So but the one guy that had played that part was really having some hard times, and he'd had some medical issues come up, and just things had really gotten bad, so they did a GoFundMe for him, which I thought was the coolest thing ever. And he really got a lot of money out of this GoFundMe, so it really helped him so he could step back, be comfortable, and do what he needed to do. So that was really cool because he really I don't think they really got paid a whole lot for those roles. And,
Probably.
back then they didn't have a lot of residual stuff. And, even the good actors turned that shit down and they were stupid to do it. Because nowadays, if you had, signed up for your residuals and stuff, you made big money.
Yeah. Basically retired after, like,
Oh, absolutely. And then some of them, though, went, no, I'm not going to do that. So it's like, oh, no. And they got screwed. So, because you can't go back and, do it later. But yeah, so that I'm really glad that his community and people pitched in and helped him out. So that was really cool. I was very happy about
that
that.
is. And speaking of those residuals, when that Bill Cosby stuff started out, I know it was really. I was sitting there. I'm thinking all those people that worked on the Bill Cosby show, the actors, kiss your residuals goodbye, because
Mhm.
nobody's going to be playing that TV show anymore. Oh,
Huh? You know what, though? Oddly enough,
oh
they
no, is it
still
still
play
going?
it. Yeah, they do. They still play it from time to time. And, it is what it is. Like I said, I think I mentioned this not long ago is, I don't know what's going on with this world really lately. You're watching, I'm one of those people, even if I'm home and I'm busy and I'm doing other stuff, I still have the TV on. I get a lot of shit for it. I'm not
No, I do
watching
too.
it, but
Yeah,
it's just noise. It's just noise. It's there. It just is. And if news comes on and it's good, no, I'm going to catch it. So I was, God, I forgot what I was saying again, too. God, I hate
hey,
that.
busy
Hi,
little
busy little
bee.
bee. Good to see you. Maybe that'll knock it. Be sting it back in me so I remember what I was saying. Um,
And you
God, I
have the news on for background news or
right.
noise.
And I'm wandering around the house aimlessly doing whatever, but I can't remember. Good Lord, that 420 is catching up, and I only took a couple puffs. Jesus, yeah, I'm old. I'm old.
Old and
Uh,
stone, baby.
and not even that's just it. Not even yet. I haven't even had an edible yet. It's like, oh my God, gee. What
Holy
I
shit.
get for being old and a boomer.
And well, I go
Oh,
hand in hand. The Gen Xer next.
oh no, I'm telling you. Hey, but at least see Deb's doing good. And we were talking about that at one point. Maybe it'll come back to me. But
Oh,
she
well,
said she
thanks
hasn't
for
had a Coke
calling
or
me,
a
Jen.
Mountain Dew. And I'm
Yep.
sorry, what?
No, go ahead. Mountain Dew.
Oh, Belinda's doing a birthday stream. Oh, that's cool. No, that's okay. Busy bee, you did, and I thought,
Yeah,
please.
we're wrapping it up now. So.
I'm I'm off on my own La La Land half the time, anyways. And Kathy has to go squirrel. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What? 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 Oh, over there. Over there. Look. Oh goodness, I'm terrible.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I do it too. If it's not the TV, it's the radio. It's not altogether loud. It's just I need to have some background noise.
Well, yeah,
I-
it's
Yeah.
just a habit too. I mean, I'm just doing
Yeah.
other stuff and I have the TV on and it's just
Mhm.
whatever it is. And oh, now I remember what it was. Um, it's a TV. I was watching the beginning of an old show and they had a disclaimer come up. And I'm talking a show like Gunsmoke or Bonanza or something like that.
Oh
And it's just like
man.
there's like a disclaimer that comes up that we now do not have the values that, some of these you're going to find disturbing comments because these weren't the values back then that they are now, basically, is what they're telling you. And I'm like, what am I reading? And it's just like, you got to be kidding me, right? Now we're going to be scolded for what the values of the Lone Ranger was in the 60s. That I don't know if it's because they're talking about Indians in a bad way or just, whatever.
Oh jeez.
Yes. And I'm
Oh.
like, is this what we're coming to, that we have to put up a disclaimer now? I mean, it was bad enough that they had to rename the rice. I mean, stop.
What?
Yes, they renamed Uncle Ben's rice over here because they deemed it to be racist.
Okay, what are they calling it?
Honestly to God, I can't remember. Somebody help me. If anybody remembers, please let me know in the chat. I can't remember what it's called. And it's just, I mean, and well, even I think Aunt Jemima
Yeah, I was just going to
syrup.
bring that up because the estate of Aunt Jemima, um, she was a real woman. She had a
Yeah,
real business, and
yeah,
the family members and the people that worked for the I'm sorry, the name has escaped me. Her name. Um, they're all going, "Hey, wait a minute! You're erasing the history of our mother, grandmother, aunt of a woman that overcame so much to be such
yeah.
a beloved, you know, business owner, first,
Okay,
successful black business owner.
right,
You know,
right.
so yeah, with this, holy shit, and
And
I
so,
really didn't know the history of the Aunt Jemima brand, so I went and did a deep dive on it. I'm going,
yep,
holy shit.
yeah.
What a
And
wonderful
now
woman, and why are you trying to erase her? Because somebody got, you
that
know,
was some stereotypical
yeah,
response,
yeah.
and it's just like,
Why
and
why are you
again,
doing Aunt Jemima a bad thing? She looked like a wonderful woman that liked to make pancakes. Why is it a bad thing? Somebody tell me.
right.
Am I
Yeah, even
missing
somebody,
something?
they have to like make it about race. They have to throw the
Yeah,
race card in there to make everybody go, oh, well, now you're racist.
and the syrup.
And
Yeah.
Truth said it's called Ben's Original now. It's like, okay, well, whatever. And I
So
think
what?
they still use his picture on the package and everything,
But
you know.
uncle, why is
And
uncle a bad thing?
I know exactly. And so it just freaked me out that they make all these changes, because, and again, too, they also, like Annie Janney just said, they also renamed the football team from the Washington Redskins to the Washington Commanders.
Okay, listen. Our football team here was the Edmonton Eskimos. They went and changed it to the Edmonton Elks. Same thing.
Yeah. And it's like, why? Why?
Were the Eskimos, or Inuit objecting? I don't know.
Well, but that's what I'm saying
I
though.
don't
It's
know.
it's kind of
Yeah,
like it's okay for thee, but not, it's
yeah.
for me. Because, okay, they renamed Washington Redskins. What about the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame? You
Hmm.
know, that's considered what? And they're even their little, mascots, the little guy with his fists up.
Yeah, and what the police vehicle used to scoop up drunks off the street. It's called a paddy wagon. Do you know
Right.
why it's called a paddy wagon? Because that's what they used to call Irish immigrants when they came to America,
Yep.
and they called them paddies.
Yep.
So the paddy wagon was to clean up the drunk Irishmen off the
Yep.
street.
Yep.
So, but these words are still in use. People just
Yeah.
don't know the history of them. So,
Exactly. And so, that's one thing that did irritate me when they did that, because it was, well, okay, if you're going to do that, then you made to do it for everybody. Like the Florida Seminoles. They still have their I think it's several of the colleges, but one is the Florida Seminoles, and their emblem is the face of an Indian. So it's just like, okay, so we're going to do it for over here, but not over here.
mhm.
And that to me is just, no, that's the most racist part of it, is that, it's okay over here, but not over here.
Okay. See, Annie, I didn't know that. So now I know. I don't know why it was okay.
I wouldn't know why that would be a term either, but it's just crazy. But we won't get into all that because I'm not political, and
No.
it is what it
And
is.
I'm from a different country with not the same kind of history. Although I'm not saying, there isn't issues here too, but not like you guys have. The history, I mean.
Right. And but it's just, I just think, some of the stuff that goes on is just a little bit crazy. And it's, I want
Yeah.
to just stand back and scratch my head. And every time, my one sister wants to get together and talk about all kinds of stuff. And it's just like, you know what? Don't get me started on the stuff I don't understand, because it's a huge
It
list.
is.
You
It is.
know,
So much I
and I'm not
don't understand why everybody's getting angry about it. Well, even more recently with the Sarah Locklear thing, if you're familiar with what it now, aside from the inappropriate behavior with her daughter on a live stream, people were going after people in the live stream
oh,
for
wow.
people that talked to her before, and it was getting so stupid. And I went on Twitter and I says, "This is a witch hunt. Everybody relax. You don't really know anybody." Like Gigi was saying, he says, I never went to her live streams, but we had a friendly talk, you know, and then this all blew up and everybody's pointing fingers at everybody.
Right.
And
Right.
anybody in the chat that doesn't know about it, she is a streamer that had a highly, highly inappropriate interaction with her 11-year-old daughter on live stream. The,
Oh, not
the
good.
daughter was foul mouthed and talking about vaginas and getting pictures on her Snapchat from older men showing their penis, and she was showing.
Oh, no.
I managed. I wasn't there for the live because I'm not sub to Sarah Locklear, and what little I've heard from her, she her content didn't interest me. Um,
Right.
so I saw she had left the live up. Somebody had mentioned it in somebody else's live. I checked it out. I was horrified that this 11-year-old girl was so sexualized, and her mother thought it was funny that older men were sending her 11-year-old daughter dick pics
That's not
on
good.
Snap.
No.
Like, nobody should be on Snapchat. That's just worse than TikTok.
Oh, it is.
You
Yes.
know, I so anyway, that was it. So everybody that had even the slightest interaction with Sarah Locklear was branded a pedo apologist, or
Oh,
uh,
goodness.
well, not pedo. I shouldn't say that. Just was
A
involved
sympathizer?
in just involved in all this bullshit. And on Twitter and Raven, what's Raven Star.
That name sounds familiar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. She was going, "Would everybody just leave me alone?" Because she had some interaction, but she wasn't, like, in it. Uh,
Friendly. Right. It's
yeah,
just an
and she's
interaction.
going, I have no control over what that woman said, and I took up hers, I took her side in it, because you cannot hold other people responsible for not knowing what was going on. It's it's
Well,
hard to
yeah, because
explain.
I
I'm
mean,
not
I don't.
explaining it very well, but it's getting stupid. It was like the Salem witch hunt, in the trials.
Right.
Everybody's guilty. Everybody has to be burned at the stake.
Right.
You know. So and I had to leave it. I can't with this.
Right. Right. And, yeah, and well, and that's just it. Everybody knows that's inappropriate, and she should have known that's inappropriate. But just because somebody had an interaction with someone, whether it was positive or negative or whatever, they just had an interaction. It doesn't mean that they're besties and they,
Yeah,
panel up and do
yeah,
whatever. And
yeah.
it's just like, it's an acquaintance. It's like, and I'm sure they realize that it's wrong, and they will most likely distance themselves now. But you have to know about it first, or experience it first, in
Exactly.
order to put yourself in that place as to what you would do. So,
Yeah, there. Annie put it out better than me. Um, yeah, it was CP. And then
true.
and Sarah and her daughter were guilty of it. And
Yes.
Death and Little Boots on their Deadly Content channel did a edited reaction to this because they weren't going to show the daughter, and
Right.
you can still go and listen to the fuck shit that was going on.
Right.
I mean, it ridiculous. But yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Listen to your heart, and the chat seemed to be oblivious and thought, and a lot of them thought it was funny, and
Oh, when it was happening in real time?
yeah, yeah,
Uh-oh.
and
That's
a
not good.
couple of them have been in my chat, and but I'm not one of those, yeah.
Well, we don't have a direct connection to any of those
No,
opinions,
no,
and everybody's
no.
entitled to
I'm
their
not
opinion and
gonna,
how they react.
yeah, and I'm not gonna point my finger and say you can't be here, because I don't know the history of the relationships. I'm not going to take one snippet of time,
Right.
you
Right.
know,
Well, because
people I
I
don't
kind
know, and judge them for being in a chat that, like, I totally disavow that Sarah Locklear. Not that I've ever had any interaction with her, but I certainly wouldn't have her welcomed into my chat. I'm sorry. Exit stage left, lady.
right, right. Right, it is. And, because parents, you do, like V said, you being a parent is hard. It's even harder when you've got a kid and they end up missing because she's been talking to someone online that you knew about it.
Are
So,
pregnant at 14, which was
right.
my prediction. I'm going, that kid's going to have a baby soon.
That's going to be sad. That's going to be sad. It's, and that's, come on, that's when, the parents you got to be a parent.
You
That was one
can't
of
be.
my most favorite lines between most of my nieces and nephews when they come to me and try to get me to side with their parent. It's like, you guys, that's your parent. They aren't your friend. Well, Aunt Kate, how come you're not? And I'm like, because I am your aunt.
And aunts get to be.
That's right. I get to be your aunt, but they know not to cross the line either. Even with the aunt, I've always told all of them when they were coming up, if you have a problem, if you're out, call me. I will come get you. No
Mhm.
questions asked, and that'll be the end of it. But if something happens that I really am kind of nervous about or whatever about, and I know what your parent's going to say, then I'm going to give you that space to tell your parent yourself. And if you don't, then I will. And it's never come to that. I've only had to threaten it a couple of times, and they ended up telling their parent, and I
Mhm.
didn't have to.
Mhm.
But they all knew that don't cross that line. But, again, I'm your aunt. I get to have a little bit of fun. I'm a little bit more lenient, just like grandparents. I'm a grandparent. I get to do whatever you want. So and that's, when my folks were alive, that's how it was. I mean, they're hey, I'm grandma. Don't even go there. So, they knew not to do it. But
Yeah.
the parents have this huge responsibility to not be your kid's friend. They have enough friends. They need the parent. And like V said, sometimes it's hard. Oh, girl, V, if I pulled any of some of this shit that went on, I'd been dead. Dead,
Mm.
dead, dead, dead,
Well,
dead.
touching on what Vero is saying here, your kid doesn't need you to be their friend.
Exactly.
They need you to be the mother until they leave home and have their own family. Then you can have a friend relationship.
Right. Oh, exactly. Exactly.
Because now,
Um,
yeah, now you have something in common, something you can bond over. And, and sometimes the married daughter with children is going to need their mommy or son. But, for the most part, like my mom and I had after, I think I was my mid 30s when we kind of became friends.
right.
She just wasn't my mom, she was my friend.
Right.
But
Right.
she was my mother for a good
Right.
long
First and
time.
foremost, they would
Yes.
still remind you. It didn't matter
Oh,
if we were 14 or 40, we still
yeah.
got reminded.
Yeah.
So,
And it was
but
my honor to care for her in her last years, and I'm glad that I could you know be with her instead of putting her in a nursing home.
right.
And it was, I know it's not everybody's experience to have an ending that was, without conflict or resentment or anything like that. I was there because I wanted to be.
That's right.
And yeah. So, and like I said, there are a lot of people out there that had very, you know, difficult relationships with their parents. And that
Right.
makes it very sad. It really does.
Well, it does.
And
It
that
does.
poor girl has a mother that is, thinks it's fine. It thinks it's fine to do all the and say all these things. Let her daughter act the fool online.
Right.
I
Right.
don't know.
Yeah. I mean, social media is really, I don't know. It's
Yep.
exploded over the last decade or so to where, you know, the big thing to me was the first thing that I heard about that floored me was some pizza place said they are not going to do a gay couples party.
Oh,
And all hell broke loose. And it's just like, well, I don't agree with it personally because what's it to you? They're going to eat your pizza, not have sex with it or do whatever with it.
yeah.
They're going to have a pizza party. Okay. What difference somebody's sexuality makes during a pizza party, I have no clue about, which was stupid. But it's their prerogative. If they didn't want to do that, then that's their prerogative. And it's wrong, but I can't stop it. That's my opinion. And I would definitely give the business my peace of mind. And I would definitely spread by word what that kind of business believes in. And that would have just had to been the end of it. But there was this big, huge GoFundMe, and they ended up raising like $400,000 for this
What?
pizza place because the gay people were mean to them. And I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me, right? You know, I'm like, can I go pick a fight with my gay brother and maybe get a GoFundMe out of it? I mean, come
Okay, I'll start
on.
one for you. Hold my beer.
I know. It's like, damn. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. And then there's stories popping up to where, a bakery wouldn't bake a gay couple's cake. It's just like, as horrible as it sounds, that's wrong. It is wrong. But it's their prerogative.
Yep.
And again, you write a nasty review, you let everybody know about it, and
And then
eventually people
yeah.
find out. Because I looked it up not long ago. The pizza place is long out of business. They took that 400 grand and took off and said, "Thank you, stupid suckers." You know, 'cause it's just like stop. So that's where I think we all started freaking out and twisting that. Well, everybody, if you don't agree with me, shame on you. Well,
Exactly.
that's what this country got started on, which most countries got started on.
Hmm.
Was this is our belief and we're gonna go to it. And again, I was raised a lot like the ladies that are in Discord with us because we're all very similar type people. I was raised that you did the right thing, that you told the truth, you didn't steal. And again, like somebody just said, if there had been police involved and a parent of mine, oh no, I would have
Oh,
rather gone to jail. I would
no.
say, take me to jail. Don't send my ass
Yep,
home. I'll be
exactly.
dead. They
Exactly.
will kill me. They would kill me. You know, I mean, when someone introduced, my father was a businessman. So if we were introduced to someone, you didn't just stand there and stare at people. You went, hello, nice to meet you. And you were polite and you were pleasant and you spoke when you were spoken to. And that was it. You acted like a human being, not like a little animal. And I literally, and it's not a secret. I worked for a major retailer for quite some time. And it was hilarious. If I ever had to run the register, I was and everybody should have to work customer service at least once. I agree with this
Oh
at
yeah.
Christmas, at
And yep.
Christmas, at Christmas, no less. You
That should
must
be a
work
that
customer
should be a
service at Christmas.
jail, part of your jail
It
probation.
should. It should. It should. Because, man, let me tell you, I remember the first year that I wasn't in retail and I had Christmas off. I'm like, oh, wow, I don't have to work during the holidays and deal with assholes. This is awesome. Wow. So, but this woman, she was in my line and I was filling in for one of the cashiers who's getting a break. And so I'm bringing people up and I'm having a good time and I'm watching, and it's a long line. It is what it is. But this late, and I've seen some of the comedians do this too. How many times could you say mama before they lose it? you know, these kids were being just absolute nightmares. Nightmares. And they knew better. They weren't little bitty kids. They were old enough to know to not behave like little heathens in the store. Okay. That woman looked at me and I felt bad for her. And she finally she brought her cart up to the front and she goes, ma'am. And I said, yeah, honey, how can I help you? And she goes, I need to leave. Would you leave this right here? And I said, sure, I'll make sure that it's here. Are you going to be back tonight? And she goes, yes, ma'am. And I said, okay, no problem. It'll be here when you come back. And those kids looked at her. We're leaving. We're leaving. You're not, because the half the cart was probably their shit, you know? And she's like, no, we're leaving. We are getting in the car right now and leaving. And I'll never forget, them kids were tripping. They were like, oh my God, she must really be pissed. Yeah, because you acted like little idiots, you know? So, and she did. She came back about an hour later. She didn't have the kids with her. Like, good for you, ma'am. Good for you. So that's what would have happened if we had to thrown a tantrum on the floor and threw ourselves on the floor kicking and screaming. My mom would have walked off. She would have
Uh-huh.
gone, there you go. Stay there. Have a good time. you know, because then we had siblings too, Kathy, because we learned previously from
Mhm.
what our other siblings did first.
Oh,
Thank you.
oh yeah, I was five. My board designation was 5 of 6.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, I learned a lot from my older siblings, and I got away with a lot because I learned from my older siblings.
Yes, you do because you learn. Oh shit, they got in trouble for that. I'm not going to do that. Ah, and I was really pretty good. Um, one Christmas, my one sister convinced everybody that she could unwrap your present and wrap it back up and nobody would know, and that she would do your present as long as you didn't tell. And so I didn't fall for it. I'm like, I don't want to know. I'm good. I didn't fall for it. But a couple of my other siblings did, and they got cracked hard. And mom took all the shit away. She goes, now you're not getting it. And it's like, ooh, damn. Now she gave eventually. They had to sit and think about it for a couple days that they weren't
Mhm.
going to get this shit that they had tried to unwrap. So I thought it was funny. But no, me and little Miss Innocent over in the corner. And then I got my ass beat for being innocent and not being involved. I'm like, damn, thanks. So, but and I feel so bad for the kids that get bullied or anybody that gets bullied because back in my day, you know, especially and even friends though. I mean, but I had brothers. Now, I'm sorry, your brother's philosophy is, "Oh, I can kick your ass, but can't nobody else."
Mhm.
So,
Absolutely, absolutely.
yes,
Playground. I just have to call my brother, and he beat the snot out of any little boy that was harassing me. But boy, oh boy,
exactly.
if I
Yeah,
learn anything,
right, right. And
not
every
out
now
of
and then,
me.
because I had my one brother, it was funny too because um he was the big, he was the big badass, and he would be like, um 'cause I remember he was skipping school and I was downstairs and I knew he was skipping school and I wasn't going to say nothing. I don't give a shit. Skip school. I don't care. Hell, half the time I'm not a very good history person because I was never there. That was my last class of the day. So guess what? I wasn't there. And I'm sorry, my bad. But so I knew he was skipping school, and here comes one of the assistant principals wanting to know, and I'm getting grilled, and I'm like, I don't keep track of him. I mean, he's 2 grades more than me. What am I supposed to do?
Exactly.
I don't know what he's doing. And then there was this big kerfuffle, and come to find out he did something. He got caught doing something, and he ended up getting suspended. But they were all wanting me to rat out. I'm like, I don't know what he's doing. Don't look at me. And then he tried to think that I ratted him out. I'm no, 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 no. Don't get it twisted, brother dear. I didn't rat you out. So finally took one of his friends going, no, it wasn't her. thank God, right? I got my ass beat. But they would, no, nobody, and that was kind of nice too, because I was lucky. I had fun in high school.
Mhm.
I had fun because I was, and back when I went to high school, you were either a geek, a jock, or a
Stoner.
hood. A
Mm.
hood, yeah.
Oh, for us, it was stoner. You were either a
Um,
stoner or a popular kid of some type. And, 77, they
right, the
had
jock.
perms, wide
Right.
leg jeans. You know that
Well,
movie,
yeah,
Dazed and Confused? Have you?
yeah,
That was
exactly.
my high school experience.
Exactly.
Not
And
the paddling part, but the bush parties and the clothes and the people. The character McConaughey played, the older. I knew somebody exactly like him. My friend Gail and a high school friend of mine, we went to see that movie in the theater, and we literally jaw dropped and we looked at each
that
other.
they're pointed.
And that is
Oh,
forever
I love it.
my most favorite movie in the whole world because that just takes me back to
And
77, or I think it was in 76, the
yeah,
timeline, but still.
right, right. And
Jesus
because I know we had so much fun because I was so lucky, God knows, like I'm on here like this. I'm on blah, 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 just blah, blah. I I I was a jock because I was a cheerleader, so I knew all the jocks. But then I
Christ.
was a hood too, and because I was a hoodlum, so I was the stoner too. So
I was
in
a
your
stoner.
category, right,
Yeah,
the stoner. And
we
so, but yeah, I mean, we'd all be out there, smoking cigarettes and stuff, and we had cops at our school, so uh,
we
you
were
know,
that bad. We had a creek out the back of our end of the school, and we could smoke
nice.
actually in school, not in class, but we had designated smoking areas, and we could just hang out, smoke cigarettes between classes, and the ones that had the wacky tobacco would
Right,
exit the back and sit by the creek and get stoned before the afternoon
right,
started. So,
right. We were lucky. We had a lot of trees. We had a lot of trees on campus, big pine trees. We'd be out there smoking and stuff. Oh, we had so much fun. But yeah, I had fun in high school. But I feel bad, because kids today, they get bullied and stuff. Man, they just need to get an older
yeah,
kid and go
it's
beat their
too
ass.
stressful. Too stressful.
Yep. I was miscongeniality all the way. I'd kick your ass for you. Boom. Because
Yeah.
because girls, it's so cute when girls fight, and you weren't taught by brothers how to fight with girls when they slap.
Mhm.
They slap at each other. Hell no, man! I'll draw back and punch you.
Yeah,
I'm terrible.
I'd take
Ah,
you down in a wrestling, which I did with my nephew when he was, I think, 14. I was in my early 40s, I think, and he was just smart ass, smart ass. He wasn't being like disrespectful, but just being a smart ass. So I took him down, and I remember him rolling over and looking up at me, and he said, "Whoa." I said, "Just remember that. I had two older brothers." So,
right, exactly. Later, Alex. Have a good one. And see, V said she got bullied because of her height. And see, I can relate too because I'm tall. And I mean, I don't know about back then, but man, the
see,
thing I
Alex.
had the hardest trying to
Yeah.
buy corduroys.
Oh,
It was well, yeah, but it was terrible because they never fit me right. I always looked like I was wearing waders or something. I always just pissed me off. So, but
I burn.
oh my God. So, but it was so funny. Yeah, I was used to being tall because everybody was tall. I'm one of my sisters is 6 feet, so I mean I'm used to that shit. And but and Deb was shy. She said she was shy, and I would have said, "Come sit next to me. Let's
Yeah,
have
I've got me
fun."
too. No, I don't even know what really my high school was pretty chill. Um, Everybody just did their own thing. There was no real conflict that I ever noticed. Mind you, I was mostly stoned anyway. Uh, but yeah, there was no divisions between people what moved in between groups and all the time. You know, I don't
Yeah,
know.
we had fun because
Yeah, it was a good, you know,
We intertwine
Went to any of
with
my
everybody.
reunions, but you know,
Yeah, I mean, and because the stoners were great because we got along with everybody. Everybody's
yeah,
real laid
got along
back.
with everybody.
Yeah, we're laid back. It's like, yeah, whatever. It's cool.
We had
Yeah.
the cool tunes and the
Yep.
weed, and you know,
Yep. Yep.
well, we know where we know where the Bush party was being held and who had the
And
cake.
and it was hilarious too because we're friends to this day. I met in high school. They called him the weed man. I was like,
What?
oh, cool. Because everybody's always asking me, where do we get the weed? I'm like, don't look at me, don't look at me. And um, they knew my brothers, so yeah, okay. But this one guy, he always wore this big down jacket. Remember the big puffy jackets and shit?
Hmm.
And you'd go up and again, when stuff changed, I mean, when prices started to change with 420, it was like, I remember coming home from being across the town, and I came home and I was on vacation. I'm like, yeah, we don't have any weed, man. And so my brother went and said, here, I'll go get you a quarter. Or I don't even think it was a quarter. I think it was like a nickel or something. I'm like, he comes out with this little tiny bag of pot. What the fuck is that? And he's like, well, that's what you're getting. And I'm like, dude, I just paid $10 for that. What are you talking about? Huh? And he goes, well, that's what it's like up here now. I'm like, well, I'm going back down south where I can get an ounce for $50. What are you talking about? What is this shit? And that's when all of a sudden we're getting quarter prices and ounce prices. And it's like, what? You people are crazy what it costs.
Mm.
So, I couldn't believe it, but that was back when they were in little packets and shit. You got a little packet for $2, here you go. And he had all these little packets just all over this coat. I'm like, dude, aren't you worried you're gonna get in trouble? He goes, no, nobody knows to rat me out. I'm like, okay, cool. See ya. Here's my $2. Bye. I'm out of here. So, but we're still friends to this day. So I think that's funny.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, I think Belinda's stream has started
Oh,
because
very good. Well,
I'm
yeah,
out.
because I'm hoping I can catch the end of Hatman's. So,
Oh,
um,
yes. Okay. So let's just wrap this up, and I hope
right.
I could address any questions.
Well, yes, because we really aren't, going to plan on having any conversations really about her anymore because
No.
it's not even needed. But just know, neener, epic fail. Bye, bitch.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you to Truth for the 20. I appreciate you.
Yes, you're so sweet.
Yes, and we will see you guys around.
Yes, you will. Take care, everybody.
Everybody, bye.
Bye.
And